these mosquitoes would stop.
You wish what would stop?
These mosquitoes would stop.
Oh yeah, dude, mosquitoes suck.
Literally.
You know, I didn't even think about that. I was in the car with my mom earlier, and we were talking about something random, and I was like, the only true way to stop mosquitoes is to drain all the blood from your body so they don't even have the option. I take the chat out of subscriber mode real quick, by the way.
Okay.
I'm gonna start leaving the chat in sub-only mode during reruns so there's less confusion.
Yeah.
I mute my music since the game's playing music. But how are you
Good.
today, Shadow Wolf?
Doing very well.
Good. I've had a
Lovely night, isn't it?
I've had a very good day today. I went to church, had a good time at church. My family took me to the video game store and bought me some video games.
I almost went to church.
Almost?
Yep.
What happened?
Couldn't make it because too many people.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, you have to register and all that stuff right now.
Wait, you have to register for church?
Right now.
Ah, interesting.
We have like well over 100 and some odd people.
My church has like a couple hundred, but normally they like direct where you sit, so they have like things separated
now,
for
that's what they're
social
doing.
distancing.
That's what they're doing right now.
But we don't have to
with
register, I guess.
Ours, we do.
Oh.
I think we have over. Actually, no. I think we have about 500 usual total.
Oh, then that makes sense if you got like 500, because I'm like 100 doesn't seem like that much if you got a big
I'm
church.
sorry, I miscalculated.
Michael
500 some odd
Caine,
total normally.
Gus Breed.
So we have to have two services,
Yeah,
like in half an hour in between each to clean
Yep.
and everything. So
that's what we're doing. We're having a service that's about 30 to 45 minutes long. Then we're taking a break for about 30 minutes and coming back to it. For anyone
Yeah,
tuning
that's
in
what we
right
do.
now, if you've watched my previous GTA streams, I'm having to go back through the game because I picked it up on 360 because the capture's cleaner than the PS3. And so I'm playing back to where I was at on the PS3. Wait, since when are you live? I'm not. I'm honestly just, I'm tired and I can't sleep. And I just picked up a bunch of random games, so I'm like, whatever, I'll just play GTA. I'm about to skip this intro, because I
You've seen it
admit,
several times over.
yeah, I've seen it several times over, because I did like a VOD series of it on YouTube back in the day that's no longer up. Oh, let me real quick mute the game music so I don't get muted. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've been really hard on copyright lately on Twitch, so let me unmute my MP3 music. But how are you tonight, Foxy? How you doing?
What's up, Foxy boy?
Oh, Danny boy. The pipes are calling.
I forgot the rest of the song.
Dude, I don't think I ever knew the rest of the song. I first
I
heard
just remember
that.
that whole part. Oh, daddy boy, the pipes are calling.
I remember
As far as I know.
the first time I heard that was in an episode of Courage the Cowardly Dog, so.
All I remember is, ring around the rousey. I'm sorry, I covered this.
That is not the same song, sir. How dare you?
So about to move on and play. That's as far as I remember.
Hove Beach. What the freak is a Hove Beach?
A beach with a hole in it.
I guess so. Oh, yeah.
A hole for a beach.
But for everyone watching today, I didn't say that on air, did I? I said that just to you off air.
Huh?
I just got an achievement for nothing. The game's not letting me move. The games I picked up. I didn't say that on air, did I?
No.
I picked up the original Assassin's Creed on the 360, GTA 4 and 5 on the 360, LA Noire, and Mega Man 11, and Castlevania Lords of Shadow on PS3.
Oh, I love that one.
Yep.
I love that one.
Oh my god, the capture on this is so much cleaner than the PS3. So Sony copyright protected the PS3's capture, and the only proper way to capture it. Yes, I'm restarting GTA 4 right now because I can't deal with the PS3's capture. It's just ugly and not clean.
Yeah.
So I'm just playing back to where I was, and maybe I'll go a little bit further, but the Xbox version has smoother gameplay, and it's way, way, way better in terms of
streaming wise.
Yeah, streaming wise, because I have to upscale standard def on PS3. Because when you talk to people about PS3, they're like, "Oh, just buy this splitter," and it's but then you read about it and you're like, "I don't know." There's no specific splitter you're supposed to buy. It's just find one.
Because I don't trust splitters and such very much. It's
I don't mind buying a splitter, but if I do it, it's gonna be for a reason other than oh, let me cheat copy protection to make a game work the way it's supposed to. The game's telling me how to dive out of moving cars and kill myself, apparently. It's here, you want, just in case you want to do this, here's how.
That's how you do it.
Yeah, exactly.
You just jump out of the car and die.
Yeah, I mean, it's whatevs.
You don't even have to take a roll.
How come you never get parking tickets in GTA? That's what I really want to know. I think Nico deserves a couple parking tickets.
I think he deserves a lot more than that.
Well, I want to see the characters in video games get citations for minor things. He lets his grass grow out too high or something.
Nah, how many times have you sped in GTA?
Yeah, that too, for example. They need an active speedometer. You think the police are anal in this game already? Let's just add all of that. Nico disrespects a police officer, so he writes him a citation. He gets
three times you're out.
Nico literally gets stopped by you know when police officers are just having a crappy day and they need to fill their ticket quota, they will sometimes just pick on someone.
Oh shoot, yeah, I know, I do know that one.
Yeah, that just happens to random characters in the game.
One time I actually almost got a ticket for vaping.
What?
Yeah.
Why?
Okay. You know they raised the cigarette age, right?
No. What is it now?
You have to be 21 now.
Oh, well, that's
to purchase any cigarette or nicotine product.
I guess that matches up with drinking, so it kind of makes sense.
Okay. Well, I was vaping in Bossier, which is not too far from where I live. Okay. And one time, I was clean shaven, so I look younger than what I do.
Yeah. Okay. I get
and
you.
I was walking and vaping. At this time, I was around 20, 25-ish. And the police officer turns on his lights, pulls me over, said, "Sir, you're not supposed to have that." I'm like, "Actually, yeah, I can."
Did you actually say it straightforward like that?
Yeah, I did.
To be honest with you, if I were a police officer and I thought I was stopping a teen from smoking, thank you for that host, Static. And Puka says I'm playing GTA 4 now. Yeah, it's a dope game. The vehicle's physics are kind of smelly, though.
Yeah.
But to be real with you, if I were in the cop's position and I thought their response was, "Actually, yeah, I can," I'd be like, "No, you can't."
That's what he was. He was like, "Sir, you're way too young for it." I'm like, "I'm actually 25, sir."
Did you have to show him your ID or something?
He almost refused to accept it.
Your ID?
Yes.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. That's annoying, but that's also kind of a compliment at the same time.
I know. I was like, he thought it was fake for a while. Like,
Yeah.
sir, you can simply scan it in your computer. I know you do that.
Yeah.
And he ran it through. It was like, oh, okay. Like, then I actually said, I got a question for you, sir. And he's like, how? And he's like, yeah. How old do you think I am? He's like,
thank you for that follow, Zoya7. How you doing today, my dude? Or tonight, I suppose it is. Whatever time it is for you.
My jaw dropped at that time. Like, he thought I was like 19 years old.
Hey, man, like I said, that's at least a compliment.
I really did not know if I want to say it as a compliment or insult. Like,
I would take it as a compliment since I get called old since I have like a full beard constantly.
yeah, I mean, I was clean shaven too, so apparently I didn't know whether to take it as an insult for my baby face
Yeah.
or as a compliment because I look that good.
It happens, man.
But yeah, that's not the first time. It happened twice on me. I'm like, dang it, me and my baby face.
What mission are you on? I'm just on the second mission. Zeus says fine, thanks to mission. Yep.
I just laughed though. I'm like, oi.
Oh, I can skip through the conversation. I didn't even know that.
And I also got almost kicked out from a liquor store too once.
Yeah. See, that's why you gotta grow out your facial hair like I do. It just everyone will think.
I did. I did at that time.
I had someone think I was like 30 once, and I'm like, at that time I was like, how old was I? I was like 21, 22.
I mean, at that time I did have a good facial hair, you know, good beard growing.
Oh, okay.
And they still thought I was younger than what I was supposed to be.
Now that's interesting. I've never really had that experience. Normally when I'm clean shaven,
the funny thing
people...
is, the police officer, whenever I walked in, normally you have to show your ID to get in.
Yeah.
Especially at the ones we were at. He thought my ID was fake.
Yeah.
Like, sir, it's real. I can tell you. Then he's like, no, this is clearly fake. I'm like, well, if it's fake, I did a doggone good job.
Oh, God. I'm getting shot at.
I'm like, sir, we can take it straight up to the cash register and have them scan it and see if it's real.
So I'm listening to you, but I'm also running from people shooting at me in the game, so I'm like
have fun with
on
that one.
mental autopilot right now.
It's okay. But they scanned it and it's like, oh, it's real. I'm like, he's like, well, it's clearly fake. I'm like, the cash register people said it's real.
I wonder if there is a way to do that, to like fake an ID so well it appears in their system. Oh.
It is a way you can do it, but it's very complex.
So in other words, you have to be really good.
You have to be very smart and very good at it.
Okay, I'm circling around here because I totally missed my turn. Is there missions in any of the... I haven't played GTA 5 yet. Are there missions in that game where you drive a freaking Uber? Are there missions in that game? Yes.
As Uber,
I feel like that would be something they would add to like GTA 6 is like, oh, you're an Uber driver in this mission.
GTA 5, I don't know if there's Uber missions.
I know there's taxi missions, but I mean like...
But yeah, I do know there's taxi.
I feel like they're eventually going to modernize GTA and it's like, oh, you have to disguise yourself as this guy's Uber driver to assassinate him or something.
That'd be fun.
I feel like they're going to do that at some point.
That would be fun, no lie.
I can tell you I'm moving way, way faster in this playthrough than the last time. To anyone tuning in, I've got a pre-existing series, and I'm just like playing back up to where I was. What is up, Anlord? How you feeling, my dude? Hope you're having a good day. Where am I supposed to go now?
Wherever you live.
Yeah, a good general time.
There you go.
There's just guys fist fighting in the street right now, so that's dope. Look at these guys.
You don't have to worry about them shooting at you.
Look at these losers. Who's gonna win? What do you guys in chat think? Which guy you think is gonna win this fight? Oh, there's a mission marker.
Beefcakes.
Yeah, there's a mission marker. Okay, isn't that from Fight Club? There are no missions or being an Uber driver. Ah, okay.
Aw.
I'm hoping no spoilers for the story of that game at all, by the way, guys, but I'm really hoping that there's a better vehicle physics. Oh, I guess red shirt there won.
Dang it.
Let's see, did he drop money? Yeah, he dropped money. I can take this guy's money. His loss is my gain.
Hey, it's not robbing if they're dead.
Yeah, then it's grave robbing.
Whoops.
Yep.
Have you seen the movie Princess Bride?
Yes, I have. It's been a long time though, but I like it.
There's a difference between mostly dead and all dead.
Oh yes, you've been mostly dead all day.
He's slightly alive. It's all dead. There's only one thing
I can't feel my legs. Well, you've been mostly dead all day.
Nah, there's only one thing you can do with all dead, Nate.
What? Eat a
Run
sandwich?
through the chains and look for loose. Run through the pockets and look for loose change.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what you just did. Run through his pockets, look for loose change.
Okay. So I just stole a car that was from a dead guy, and the police are still like, "Oh, you need to give that back to the dead man. This is illegal."
Dead. He ain't gonna use it.
Yeah, exactly. This should be okay in real life.
Logic.
Okay, I guess I have to try that mission again.
Oh.
Yeah, so don't steal cars in this mission, apparently. It's a bad idea. 3 is a big, moist crowd.
Kids, don't steal car spirit. It's always a bad idea.
Dude, I want to do, like... when I do my reruns, I'm trying to get people to help me do little, like, bumpers for them and stuff. And one thing I really, really want to do is I want to record, like, G.I. Joe bumpers where it's, like, Sergeant Slaughter being like, "Don't play with acid, children. It'll burn you," and stuff like that. It's just, like, stuff like that, but, like, it's hyperbolic as hell. It's like, don't...
Also, the more you know symbols.
I want to do one where it's like, don't go swimming after... Have you ever finished? I have not. One that's like, don't go swimming after you've
eat or something.
Yeah, don't go swimming 30 minutes after you eat, or else you'll get sick. And then it just shows someone like in a cancer ward or something. Either that or like they get eaten by a kraken, like they get cramps and then a meteor strikes and they get eaten by a kraken. Just like taking what's already there and making it 10 times more hyperbolic.
Okay, I think I'm going to say Nate.
Why?
I could swear I just saw something run by me.
In real life?
Yeah.
Do you have your cats in your room or anything like...
I'm outside.
Then you could have seen like a bird swoop by or something.
It's completely night.
I know, but you can see it by the moonlight, right?
Nope.
I mean, it's the same time for me. I know it's night, buddy.
Full moon. Oh, new moon today.
Maybe it's a werewolf.
Grandpa?
Grandpa? Grandpa werewolf?
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. Old Grandpa werewolf with his meaty mashed potato covered palms. Everyone's favorite.
Werewolves of London.
I saw a werewolf with a Chinese menu in his hand. You know what's really funny about the guy who wrote... Well, it's not funny, it's sad. About the guy who wrote that song.
What happened?
He had treatable cancer, and he chose not to get it treated, so he died. And that's not a joke. That's just genuinely sad. And
that sucks.
Well, I think it was a Scatman John situation where he just wanted to keep working and didn't want to take the time to treat it. But it's like...
Yeah, true.
Like, that's what happened to Scatman John. He got cancer and he died because he just didn't want to have it treated.
Yeah.
And, like, I swear, like, every person who chooses to do that I've heard of ends up regretting it greatly by the time they're actually dying. But in the moment, they're like, no, it's fine. I'll be great. I'm healthy. I'm young. I also had a dream last night that I fall in lava and acid. That's terrible. I'm sorry. I had a weird nightmare last night where, actually, it wasn't last night. It was like probably an hour ago. That's why I'm awake right now. I couldn't sleep very good, and when I did fall asleep, I had a nightmare. Because, like, I love Peanut, and I worry about him sometimes, just, like, getting into crap he shouldn't be in, right?
Yeah, and I hear him barking.
Yeah, I don't think the viewers at home can fully hear that, but yes.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I had a dream where like, Peanut got into something, right? Mm-hmm. And he hurt himself, and when I found him, his nose was gone. Like, he got into something that tore his face up, and it scared me. Oof. And then I woke up, and I'm like, oh my god, he's okay.
I've been there, done that.
Well, my cousin had a cat as a kid that had that happen. Not that happened. She was deformed and had a messed up nose. Mm-hmm. But he looked kind of like that in the dream, so it was really weird.
Oy.
Yeah. There we go.
I love right now. I love this night right now.
Yeah. Have you ever seen such a beautiful night? I'm on your call mission. Yeah.
There's only one time where I've seen a night like this before.
When? Are there only two pairs of glasses?
4 years ago.
What's going on outside right now then? Cause
it's just beautiful.
Oh,
it's relaxing. Yeah, it's just perfect weather, practically.
Yeah, I remember one of my old houses, like, that we used to live in. I would just, like, go outside and, like, just sit and, like, just chill outside in the, just feel the breeze and pet the dog and such.
I remember back when in my old house when I was living down south in Ryerson. Let's just say no light pollution whatsoever.
Yeah.
I loved it there.
Oh, you could see the stars for miles, probably.
Yes.
That's what I miss
so much.
That's what I miss about living in the country.
The only thing downside about living in the country is it took 30 minutes just to get in town, just to get where we needed.
Yeah, see, that's kind of my thing, is like, part of me loves living in the country and part of me hates the inconvenience of, like, needing to go to town to get things, you know?
Yeah, it's the same thing.
And the fact that you probably couldn't get, like, services out there very easily either. Like, you order a package from Amazon, it'll take forever.
Oh no, internet.
Yeah.
That was a fun one.
Dude, my grandma has, like, dial-up still, I believe. Or at least she did, like, the last 5 years that I saw her. She had freaking dial-up.
Back when I was living in the country, we had Dish satellite.
Oh. God.
You know where that goes.
Every time there's, like, the moon is out.
Oh, no.
Freaking every time there's mist in the air, the signal cuts out.
No, with us it's like, oh, beautiful day. Oh, look, a little cloud. No internet.
Oh. At one of our...
One little bitty cloud. No internet.
Yep. At one of our old houses, we had DSL internet, right? And literally, like, whenever the freaking internet went out, we tried to call the service number for our internet provider. I think it was like AT&T or something. It was the only place that provided where we lived. And so we called the number, and guess what the number said? Go to our website.
Yep.
And we tried to keep calling, like, maybe the number's just out of service for the moment. No, their number is specifically there just to say, go to the website, it's better that way. They don't have an actual service number in our area. I don't know why either. They're just like, no, just, and we're like, how do we go to the website if we don't have internet?
Smartphone, I guess? I don't know. That's just...
I think they just expect people to use their cellular data, but none of us had a data plan at that time. So
well,
I think we had to go to a freaking library, or we had to, like, get someone else to go to the site for us or something.
That's just
maybe we went up there. I don't know. It was silly, though. Yeah, isn't that weird?
Yep.
Yeah, that's super not good.
It's almost like error code 510.
By the way,
internet 404.
Internet companies, don't just stop. It's better to have DSL is just worse than having no service, in my opinion. Just give me nothing.
Yeah.
I'll learn to talk to my family again. They seem like nice people.
That's funny.
I stole that bid, so I stole that from like a Facebook meme.
Yeah, it's like internet's down. I actually had to socialize with
my family. Yeah, you know the one.
They seem very nice.
Yeah, you know what's up.
Yep.
We're punching these boys out. This is like Mike Tyson's punch out, bro. Oh, I just kicked him in the balls. That's a terrible fighting strategy. If you kick someone in the balls, you're a pansy. Unless they've got a weapon or they're like objectively just gonna stomp you. Like you have an absolute disadvantage in like size or strength or something. I hate waiting for the loan sharks. Yeah, that one sucks.
Oh, I see who it was now. Hey, Noah.
Noah?
He's a little pup that lives across the street from me.
Oh, that's who you saw run by you?
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's good.
He's a good little puppy.
Yep.
He's a Siberian Husky.
Oh, okay. I was like, I know there's probably animals out there.
Yeah. I saw him, like, poke his head out. I was like, oh, there you are. Okay. That's what it was.
What if it was just, like, a freaking lichen?
Bro, is that you?
What?
I think that was my brother. Just kidding.
Oh, okay. Your brother's a Siberian Husky?
No, he's a lichen.
Oh, yeah.
Just kidding.
What would you
I have a brother.
What would you do though if like you someone you knew for like 20 years or something, someone you've known your entire life, right? You're out walking with them on the sandy beach in a full moon, and suddenly they push you on the ground and start running away, and they're like, "I don't want you to see me like this," right? And then you're like, "Whatever do you mean, my good friend, Mitchell?" And they're like, "I didn't want you to see me this way." And then you look at them and they've become Michael Jackson. And they were bit by a Michael Jackson as a kid. And now they have become Michael Jackson. Not like Michael Jackson when he looked normal, but like after he became a gray alien. After all his surgeries.
Oh, so Thriller.
Yeah, no. He looked normal-ish during Thriller. He'd had some plastic surgery, but he still looked human. He tried to look like freaking Donna Summer or something as he got older.
Oh, that one.
Yeah, when he had the tiny microscopic nose and like he looked like a gray alien. Him with facial hair. You ever seen like that version of Michael Jackson with facial hair?
That's when I stopped listening though.
I mean, I still like Michael Jackson, but he just looks so
Don't get me wrong, I like
strange.
Michael Jackson, I just prefer his original stuff.
I think he still did original stuff. I hate the song They Don't Really Care About Us because I can't freaking understand a word he's saying in it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. His original, like Thriller and such, I'm okay with.
The
new stuff like that one, no.
See, the issue is, like, he got to a point where he just started making mouth noises. Like, half his songs were like,
yeah.
Whoa. What'd you do if you found out that Michael Jackson was alive and he was just a secret furry this whole time? You want to go? Yeah, fall.
And since I wouldn't be surprised. And since I wouldn't be surprised at all.
You wouldn't be surprised if Michael Jackson were a secret furry?
Nope.
Folks in chat, what would you do if you discovered this? If you discovered that Michael Jackson was a secret furry and he had no eyes.
That'd be kind of creepy, though.
Both of his eyes are made of glass.
That'd be creepy.
Also,
though,
he's a gray alien. He landed in Roswell.
So he's a gray skin. Gotcha.
Yeah. Gray skin almost sounds like it's going to be a racial slur in the future if aliens ever actually are proven to be a real thing.
Wait, you mean they're not?
No. I'm on. Yeah, that's the one I just completed where you pick up the women and take them home.
Dude, my mind is blown.
What?
I thought aliens existed the whole time.
Yeah, man.
Wait, what if we're the aliens?
I mean, if we go to another planet, like if we colonize Mars, and if there magically were aliens there, we would be the aliens.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, who knows if we're... I mean, the universe is infinite,
It's
right?
huge, yeah. Thank you
Who
for
knows?
that
We could be
follow,
the-
Lord
We might not be
Farquad.
the
I'm
only
going to call
ones.
you Lord Farquad because I'm not going to read your username. I think it looks like a slur to me, so I'm going to call you Lord Farquad.
Is he in short supply? Are those who think little of him?
Yeah. I love that movie. As cheesy as it is.
Yeah, I know.
As much of a meme as it is, I really like that movie.
Yeah.
What'd you do if Uncle Shrek came to your school?
I'll be happy. He just screams, "What are you doing in my school?"
What are you doing in me swamp?
I'll be like, that's funny.
What are you doing in my swamp? I'll kill you. What if Shrek came out with like a quadruple barrel shotgun and just started shooting at the fairy tale creatures?
I'll join him.
Dude, why doesn't Shrek act like a swamp person? Like, why doesn't he talk with that, like, go get some of them gators there, boy, get them the gators. Go to that dang old
He's
hangman.
Irish. What do you think?
Huh?
He's an Irishman.
I go and get in on that them old gators there, my laddie. This is
That'd be
probably like
hilarious.
the most offensive episode ever. Hey, go get one of them there gators there, laddie. Top of the morning to you here in the bayou.
Who cares?
Hey, top of the morning to you, laddies.
Risky.
Like the angrier he gets, the more like Creole he becomes. He starts going like, and then like when he's talking normally, he's like, "Oh, what a lovely day."
Yeah.
You are big and you will go far. Oh, welcome, man. Greetings from America. From jolly old America.
Greetings from the motherland.
The motherland. Hi,
Oh, that's
greetings
Russia.
from the
Never mind.
motherland.
After that's Russia. Never mind.
Okay, so I need to go over here to this female girl woman's house and convince her to seduce me.
Wait, what?
I don't know.
Uh-oh.
What?
Run.
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 Why?
I don't know. Just run.
So, Lord... I'm gonna call you Lord Farquad because I don't know how your username's pronounced. I know you like GTA apparently, but what video games are you interested in? What games do you enjoy? Burger shot. Oh, I'm going on a first date with my big moist wife.
Nice.
Yes.
I remember my first date.
Yes. June the 5th.
It didn't turn out well.
June the 5th.
No lie, it did not turn well at all.
Wouldn't your first date technically be your birthday since it's the first day that you existed? So it's your first date on the calendar?
No, I'm talking about my first date with somebody else.
Yeah, but what?
Like
but
dating wise.
ah.
I see where you're going with that one.
well, I was making a bit that just wasn't. It was like a
I
dad
I
joke.
see where you're going with that one, though.
Yeah, I
That
see
one
what
was
you
good.
did there. That one was
Yeah.
good. Thank you.
But yeah, my first date with somebody did not end well.
Thank you for that host, Pukas. Oh god, I just hit a group of people because I was reading chat. Oh.
Now run.
Those people were threatening me. It was a justifiable homicide. You ever watch the WWF documentary Beyond the Mat?
Yes.
There's a freaking wrestler in that movie named New Jack, and he brags about how he loves to murder people. It's like a justifiable homicide and crap. It's like, I killed a man once. It was a justifiable homicide. It's like, that's nice. Ha ha ha.
Yep.
You are my beautiful wife, and I love you so much.
But yeah. I also remember the last date I went on.
I'm gonna tickle you. I'm gonna tickle you.
Hey Nate.
Yeah.
You need an update on your medicine.
I need several. Okay.
Good, so do I. Oh, that was funny. We're both crazy.
Yeah. We're both psychopaths with a thirst for blood. Sweat and tears.
Well, one of us literally is, but still.
Well, you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, there's just a Molotov cocktail sitting in the middle of nowhere. What a normal thing to find on the ground. Yeah, in GTA you just find random weapons on the ground and like.
I know. I'm just like,
If I was walking,
is normal to find.
if I was walking along a beach, if I was walking along a beach and I found an AK-47 on the ground, I'd be like really freaked out and I'd probably call the police.
Same.
I'd be like, this is not a normal thing.
Okay, Fallout 4 for example. Okay. First location, there's freaking grenades, fragmentation grenades in a mailbox.
Yeah, why not? That's just normal though. That's just how you greet people in Texas.
No, this isn't in Fallout 4, which is in the Commonwealth.
Yeah, but that's just Fallout 4 takes place in Texas.
Actually, no, it doesn't.
I know.
Fallout 4 takes place in
Oh, okay, that was a pretty good shot.
Old capital. Hold on. The old capital of the United States. I forgot where it was.
The old capital of the United States. Like, you mean when the Articles of Confederation were signed?
Yes.
Okay. What was the capital then? Okay, can you... I don't understand how the bowling works in this game.
Where the Declaration of Independence and such was signed.
Philadelphia?
There. Yeah, that's where it was. That's where it was located. It's in Philadelphia area.
Yeah. Also known as a part of Texas.
Still.
Yeah.
Philadelphia, Texas.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised, dude. I live here and people, yes, I'm playing on 360. Yeah, I live here and people will, like, tell me the name of cities. I'm like, that's not real. There's no way. And they're like, no, it's real and you're stupid. You're supposed to know that we have a Paris in Texas.
Yeah. I was saying, I didn't know y'all have a Paris.
Yeah, you're supposed to know we have Washington, D.C., Texas.
Actually, don't y'all also have a London somewhere?
Man, I don't know. We have all kinds of weird names. Zoya's using a little robot emote there.
But I was thinking there's a London, Texas, or something like that. I don't remember.
That's a good question. I don't know. Everyone in chat, Google search London, Texas, and let me know if it's real. I know I can do that, but also so can you. Yeah, I think I'm about to get beaten bowling, yo. I'm sorry, but I'm very big and moist in the bowling alley. I went bowling one time, and I couldn't really get the hang of it. And then, like, I didn't enjoy it, so I tried to go play at the arcade, which was, like, right next to it. And my family wouldn't let me, so I was a kid at this point, and I got pissed off, and I just started throwing the bowling ball like a basketball. They're like, stop that! Stop that right now! Like, they were so pissed, which I can't blame them, by the way. I would be too. Ah, okay, gutter ball. It's real. Oh, okay. Yeah, Pukas said it. London, Texas is real.
Okay.
By the way, guys watching the chat, the stream, they're coming out with the Crash Bandicoot 4. They're making a new Crash Bandicoot for PS4 and Xbox One, apparently. And they're porting Apex Legends to Switch, but I told you all about that yesterday.
Yeah. But nice.
So I just got a gutter ball, then a spare, somehow.
Oh, there's a kitty.
That was terrible. I just gutter balled into another lane. What the F? Woo! Yep. Yeah, isn't that exciting, guys?
Outside, I think.
Go and pet it. If it's like a safe cat. Has it got like a collar? Oh, it doesn't have a collar or anything?
Nope.
Oh, I won the game.
I know that one.
Ah.
I know that cat is not safe at all.
So, oh my god.
She growled and hissed at me one time. I'm like, nope, I'm staying away from you.
Could I hug you? I think I just accidentally killed a man. He'll be fine though. It'll be fine.
He'll be fine.
Yeah, no, he's definitely not.
He'll be back within an hour.
Crash Bandicoot is not that old. Puka said Crash Bandicoot is so effing old. It came out like a year after I was born, but it's not that old because they just released more stuff.
When was Crash released?
It was like 96, 97, I think. It was very technically impressive when it came out, though, on the PS1. Yeah, they're coming out with the fourth one. And it's interesting because technically Wrath of Cortex is the fourth one, but I get it, you know. Come here. Come here, my wife. I will drive you home.
1996.
Okay, yeah, it was a year after I was born that game came out.
September 9th, 1996.
I guess we can... It's retro. I wouldn't call it old.
Yeah, it's a retro game, but it's not old.
Yeah. I guess I don't consider it old because I played it most of my childhood and the Insane Trilogy's out. PS1, that's so old. Look, man, stop calling me old there, Pukas. You're calling me elderly and frail. What? Why is the...
Honestly, Pukas, I'm the same age as him. I was born in 91.
Yeah. I was born in 95. You're like, what, 4 years away from me?
91, sounds about right, yeah.
Yeah. You ever just not bother to do math in your head, so you're like, yeah. It's like, yeah, that's my exact age. Well, actually, it's a year off from my age. Xbox 360 isn't new, though. Xbox 360 came out in 2006. That's over 10 years old.
Yeah. Let's see here.
People consider things that are a generation under them to be older than it truly is. Like, when I look at the NES, even though I did play it a lot as a kid, so I have mad respect for it, I do look at those graphics and I think about, like, if I were a child and I saw this instead of, like, the N64 or the Genesis, I'd probably be like, what is this crap?
Shoot. You want to know old?
Yeah.
Freaking Commodore 64.
Oh, yeah. Dude, when I was at the game store earlier, they had a Magnavox Odyssey 2 on the shelf.
A what?
A Magnavox Odyssey 2. The Magnavox Odyssey, the original, was one of the first mass-produced game consoles ever. And this is the second one.
Oh my gosh. Dude, really?
Yeah, they just had one. I thought about...
pick that sucker up.
I mean, they've had like 2 or 3 when I've gone there. So at some point in the future, I actually kind of do want to pick one up.
Yes, do it, man.
It's a money thing because it's like, to be honest with you, if I bought one of those, I probably wouldn't play it a whole lot. It would just be like a thing I set up in the background of the stream or something, like, oh, look at this is cool looking. Yeah. So when it comes to like aesthetic stuff like that, I would definitely want to wait for it though.
Yeah. With me though?
Yeah.
I would love, like, the old-fashioned consoles and such. No
I mean,
lie.
I love them. I
Just,
have an NES. I really want to get one of those multi-consoles that plays like NES, SNES, Genesis, Game Boy.
Yeah, I know which one you're
the
talking
Retron.
about. Yeah, the Retron 400,
5.
I think, or something like that.
No, it's like 5.
Retron 5 or yeah. Anyways,
The thing is, I want to buy one of those, but I know that it wouldn't like. It would just be the start of something, because I'd buy one of those and I'd be like, this isn't as compatible with games as I want, because it's all emulation. It downloads the games onto the console, so then I'd be like, I need to buy more. I need to buy another one. So like, I'm just gonna like not do that. Oh, the Polymega looks really awesome. Although I don't know if it's gonna be any good. I've just seen YouTuber videos about it, and to be honest with you, I don't trust YouTuber reviews of certain games and products, because companies will just stop providing free products for YouTubers if they give them bad reviews.
Yeah.
So even though they put like hashtag ad or this is sponsored by them, it's like if you give it a negative review, they're gonna screw you.
Yeah.
So it creates.
For example, that's why my stepbrother actually quit doing console reviews and such.
Yeah.
My stepbrother was a beta tester.
Yeah.
Okay. Like for a lot of games and such. Dude, they actually sent him an Xbox.
Yeah.
An original Xbox to beta test their games.
Yeah.
Like the company said, hey, here's an Xbox, beta test our games for us.
They do that. They send people consoles and games so that they can like promote their stuff. However, they'll
Not only that though, but my stepbrother, whenever he does a game, beta test it, they will send him a finished copy of it to make sure everything's working properly.
Yeah.
And when everything's approved, he keeps the last copy of it.
Yeah, and that's
like,
really cool. But like,
dude, I love my stepbrother for that reason.
yeah, that is super cool. But like with YouTubers specifically, they kind of put them in this weird circumstance where like, it's the same thing that YouTube does with their monetization rules in a way. They don't outright force you to censor yourself and to give like a positive review or to make child-friendly content, but there's a legitimate financial punishment if you don't. I think the same thing happened with GameSpot back in the day, the game website.
Oh, yes.
One of the reviewers gave a game that wasn't very good a negative review. It was a Kane and Lynch game. And the thing is, the guys who made that game bought a bunch of ad space on GameSpot shortly before. So the people who ran the site were telling him, give it a positive review, and he's like, I just don't like the game. And he stuck to his guns and got fired from the website because he wouldn't lie in his review.
Yeah.
So that's like I watched The Completionist did some brand deal with Activision once, and he didn't like the game, and he actually said at one point that like he probably will never work with Activision again, but so hard to lose your wanted level in this game. Mm-hmm. But that actual the money that they gave him saved his channel basically. Which I would argue, like, all these YouTubers who say, like, oh, I was on the brink of bankruptcy, then so... It's like, be better with your finances, dude. Not to sound cold, but you shouldn't hire an entire staff to do your game reviews. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You need to be financially stable before you hire an entire staff of people. That's why you can't maintain stability. You need to be a bit more conservative with your bloody spending, people.
Well, bad news.
You know what?
I'm out of juice for my vape.
Oh, you know the guy who played Bilbo Baggins died?
Yeah, I know.
That was unfortunate.
Yeah, that sucks.
But yeah, the Xbox, just to go back to that out of randomness because I'm a weirdo, the Xbox 360 is over 10 years old, so...
Yeah,
like, it was 10 years old in 2016, 17, 18, 19, 20. It's 14 years old.
Yes, I'm back inside, so...
I have a weird habit of like bringing up like conversations that have been finished after they're well finished. And I do this crap. No, I did that today. We were in the drive-thru getting some lunch, me and my mom. And we were talking about someone we know who has anemia, right? Mm-hmm. And it's affecting their teeth. And I don't really know what anemia is. And so I think I asked her yesterday and she explained it. And then I forgot what she said. So randomly at the drive-thru out of absolutely nowhere, we haven't talked about this for over 24 hours. I'm like, what's anemia again? And she's like, what? I'm like, what is anemia? She's like, it's like low iron, Nathan. I'm like, oh, okay. Why doesn't such and such take iron supplements? And she's like, I don't know. What does this have to do with anything we're doing? We're getting lunch. It was really funny.
Been there, done that.
Dude, it's like, I don't have ADD, but I have ADD moments sometimes, and that's one of them. Like, we were in the drive-thru. Well, like, we were in the drive-thru, and the woman in the drive-thru was singing about something. And I don't know what, something about something she did reminded me of that conversation.
Yep. Anyways, I will switch over to my desktop or my laptop in a second.
Yeah.
Just let me know. Kind of dying.
Alright, just let me know when.
I'm hooking it up now, so okay. Give me 5 seconds. I mean, I can still talk, but
yeah.
Just letting you know, I'm switching over.
I can tell you, this game is way easier to play when I've got the music playing in the background. Because the last several streams I did of GTA 4, with the music muted, it kills the vibe for me. Like, the radio on GTA is so, like, a part of the game for me.
I don't do the radio very much on any games.
I've always felt like it's just a part of the vibe of the game, but that's just me as well.
Yeah.
Okay. We will repair and respray Unta vehicle and make it stinky and epic.
Okay. Plugging my phone in. Oh, it's at 68%. Oh boy. Okay. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna hook up my turn my mouse on. Bring that up, and I'm gonna switch over. So I'll be right back.
Alright. It's weird, like there's so much aliasing in this game that when you look at stuff in the distance, it almost looks like there's like a filter over it. Like they added like film grain or like, I don't know, some kind of like oil paint effect to the stuff in the distance, and it's really interesting. Like, in a way, it's like, it's not intentional, but stylistically it looks neat, but it's also just weird in a game that's trying to represent real life. Welcome back.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you good.
Okay, good. Making sure, because my mic is further away from my voice. So.
What is that? Is that a streetwalker? Is that a fine young vixen that we can pick up and do smellies with?
Probably.
Everyone in chat, have you ever picked up a prostitute in your car?
No.
Please incriminate yourself in the chat below. Please don't do that.
Okay, my friend's cat is like right in front of my TV.
Tell him to move.
Hey Loki, you're gonna have to move, baby girl.
Loki, I'm gonna get you.
He looked at me like, try me. I'll be right back again. I'm gonna have to move her.
Oh, okay.
Good. Thank you very much. Good. Yes, comrade, I am doing good. There is no I, there is only we. It is a glorious system, comrade. Excuse me? You're excused, comrade. You're excused. I've known myself for 50 years. You're a dick. I'm a rich dick, friend. I'm young and rich and loaded. Tell you what, $100 on Uncle Sam, Benjamin motherfucking Franklin. Freedom! This coat, okay.
What a weird thing. We just ran into a random character that was a dick and then handed us $100.
Okay, I'm back.
Welcome back. We just ran into a random character on the streets in the game that acted like a jerk and then immediately handed me $100.
I just got a look from her. So.
From the cat?
Yeah. How dare you move me?
How dare you? Dude, Peanut's hilarious about that crap. You'll pick him up and move him. Like, he keeps jumping on my lap in the chair, which I'm cool with. But then he'll, start biting my hand. And so I'll pick him up and sit him back on the floor, and he's like, let me get back up there. Daddy, I want to get back up there. And I'm like, what? I just laid you down. Go away.
And that.
Yep.
I'll be right. I gotta get up for a second.
Alright. Song is really eerie sounding. Let me skip that.
Sorry about that. I had to get my remote for the TV.
Yep.
So I can hear stuff.
Come on, little Jacob, get in my car. Touch my willy.
Let's see. I'm thinking about playing some Banjo and Kazooie.
Ooh, I love that game.
It's on Xbox One for Game Pass.
Oh yeah, well I've got.
You can also get it for 360, of course.
Yeah, I mean I've got all the Banjos on 360 and.
You know what? Fallout 4.
Such.
Just put that today.
Yeah. I don't think there.
Oh, 4.
I don't think there are. Are there any Fallout games on the Xbox? Oh, I've been given a pistol. That's dope.
Xbox One or 360?
Yeah, for 360.
Fallout 3 in New Vegas.
Wait, is 3 though? Because I've looked for that and I can only find it on PS3.
3 in New Vegas, yeah.
Oop. Oh, that guy's dead.
Give me 1 second. 3. Come on.
Okay, so I need to get to ye old lookout spot here.
3. Xbox 360 Game of the Year. They have one for Amazon on Amazon for $32.49.
Yeah. Okay, I mean I've got it on PS3. I just didn't know if it was on the 360.
Yeah, there's also a Fallout 3 Oblivion double pack.
Oh, I've got Oblivion already. Apparently they ported Oblivion to the Xbox One as well.
Yeah, they did.
Like, they have some Xbox 360 games they, re-released and they put, the label, works on Xbox One on them. So you can still technically buy some of these games on, at Walmart and stuff.
They have Fallout 3 Collector's Edition for $179.90.
Oh, what a deal. Oh, man, that would hit the spot. Where the freak is this guy that's shooting at me?
No lie, that'd be great. That's actually a great deal.
I don't know about that. I don't like collector's editions. I like editions that come with DLC, but I'm not a fan of stuff where it's it comes with a figure that's been boiled in mayonnaise and engraved with a hard stone.
Well, it comes with your very own Vault Boy collector's items, direct from Vault-Tec. With art from Fallout 3, hardcover book, special DVD, makings of Fallout 3, customized metal Vault-Tec lunchbox, and collector's edition with all items.
I don't know. To me, that always feels weird. Because a lot of the stuff, it's also kind of like Loot Crate. Whenever you buy a Loot Crate, a lot of that's just garbage that they couldn't sell anywhere else. Okay, we just murdered at least 10 people, and now let's go to the cafe for a nice coffee. Because that's how life works.
I have Fallout 4 Pip-Boy edition.
Yeah.
Actually, I have the Pip-Boy still.
Yeah.
The one thing that irritated me is they had a Bluetooth Pip-Boy version come out.
I don't know what is Pip-Boy?
The Pip-Boy is the device used in Fallout.
Oh, is that the ARM thing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They had a Bluetooth one for limited edition ordeal.
But what does it do? It's just like an armband, right?
the Pip-Boy edition, you can put your phone into it and you can use it like a real Pip-Boy.
Yeah.
And it can actually connect to the game.
I don't know. It just seems like a weird novelty to me.
And it depends. But I like it actually. The only thing is the Pip-Boy that I wanted, the Bluetooth one.
Yeah.
Dude, that thing was like $500 originally. I'm like, no. So I got the crappy original version.
Yeah.
So you just put your phone in and hope for the best.
Yeah.
Hope it don't die on you. Oh, that was funny.
Your cousin owes me a lot of money if you don't want to.
Okay, so we're going to see old Uncle Vlad now.
Oh, that's another cat. That's Loki running to the door.
Y'all got a lot of cats.
We have Vlad, Loki, and Problem.
Problem?
Yes.
Vlad, Loki, and Problem.
Problem's our cat. Loki and Vlad are my friend's cats.
Does he cause problems?
She lives up to her name, yes.
Interesting.
Trust me, she lives up to her name. Sorry.
Okay, so I have
Legacy bundle? Wait, what?
to go see thick Uncle Vlad. What'd you do if your Uncle Vlad came to visit after 35 years and he smashed your face in with a tire iron and then apologized 17 times right before doing an 8-ball of cocaine and dying in a fire?
Like, okay.
You'd just be like, yeah, that seems reasonable.
Well, if he tried to do that, I wouldn't mind. I would do it if he wouldn't.
Yeah, yeah.
If he didn't do that part, I would have done it anyways. Well,
if he didn't do an 8-ball of cocaine and die in a fire, you'd do it for him?
No, I would just skip the 8-ball and just done the fire bit.
Oh, sounds good, sounds good. I'm going to go get a bite to eat.
Try to kill me.
I'm going to go get a bite to eat at the consume food place. The place where we consume various forms of sustenance.
To be honest, if he tries to kill me, I think I have every right to kill him first.
Yeah, man. Oh, this is a zesty burger. Makes me forget about Vietnam.
Flashbacks.
I was at church one time, and I don't remember what the freak I said. I made a joke about, like, I made a joke like that, and I forgot that at my old church, like, half of our elders of the church are all Vietnam vets and Korea vets. And so I was in a meeting, and I made a joke like, oh, I haven't seen things like this since Nam. And this, like, old blonde woman, like, slapped me in the arm and said, stop it. And I'm like, sorry, I forgot.
Oof.
Well, like, you get so used to, like, being around the people you're around, you totally forget. Like, my grandpa was a Vietnam vet. I have all respect for them. I just, like, you know, I mean.
My great-grandfather would, like, oh, I remember back in my day.
Yeah.
And he would talk about the war and such. Like, Grandpa, how bad was the war? Like, oh, it was fun.
It was fun. My grandpa was the complete opposite. My grandpa was the complete opposite. He never told me about any of this, but, like, I was told that he was freaking tortured in Vietnam. Like, he told me, like, I asked him questions and he made it out where, like, oh yeah, no big deal, whatever, bubba. And then, like, I talked to my dad about it later. They're like, yeah, they literally tortured him. And when he came back from war, he was never the same. Like, he was really paranoid and weird when he came back.
Yeah, my grandpa, luckily, was not that far gone.
Yeah.
It was pretty bad shape when he came back, as far as my family.
Yeah, well, like, also, Vietnam has got to be, like, a hellish war for, like... Here's my thing, like, I don't think I would ever be drafted, but if I was drafted into a war, it better be a war that we freaking win. Not one that we, I guess retreat is the wrong one, but not one we withdraw from, you know?
Yeah.
Because that's gotta be hell on Vietnam veterans.
But, you know.
Like, that's gotta be hell for Vietnam vets thinking about the fact that, like, they fought in this war and watched their friends die just to, like, have the U.S. government be like, never mind. We're losing and it's better to just come home because everyone disapproves of this war. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that would
Stuff like that, I find, no.
Dude,
I
that
do
would...
not like people when they do that.
Here's my thing. That would mentally scar me forever. Not even just the crap I'd seen. It would just be, like, the suffering that they went through for nothing. You know, like, this is a thing, like, a personal thing for me, but, like, anything I do in my life, like, any choices I make, I try to make choices. Huh?
You just don't want it to go in vain.
Yeah, I don't like, if I make a choice and it's a bad choice, but I'm, like, trying to do the right thing and I learn from it, it's okay, like, okay, I learned from this. But if I work really painfully hard on something for nothing, to this day, no matter what it is, that crap still bothers me.
Yeah, I know that one too. I mean, for example, I want to go into military for natural disaster recovery. I want to join National Guard, you know?
Uh-huh.
What prevented me from doing it was my medicine and my give me a second, I remember the term, scoliosis.
Oh, yeah.
My back.
Like, they've got very strict requirements for who's allowed to go into the military.
Yeah, so I was talking to the recruiter. It says, if you're off your medicine longer than a month and you have written proof that you're off it, I could have joined. I'm like, nah.
See,
nah, fam.
I think other people are just way better at accepting, like, oh, here's a change in my plans than I am. Because, like, for me, I'm a strategizer when it comes to my life. I kind of, like, when I make a decision, I'm making it, like, and I've got, like, 5 other decisions in my brain at the time. Like, I'm going to do this, then I'm going to do this, then I'm going to do that, you know? And it
never lines up.
Yeah, it never lines up, and it is really hard on me.
I've been there.
Yeah.
And for me, it's hard for me to accept change.
It's not hard. Here's my thing. It's not hard for me to accept change that is, like, somewhat expected. Reasonable and expected change. But it's like, whenever it's, like, change that's forced on me as well, that is the worst. Like, I can't. People have to pull me into that crap kicking and screaming, because, like, I've spent, like, most of my life in circumstances like that where it's like, oh, we're doing this now, everyone, and I'm like, I don't want to do that. I want to do what I was doing before, actually. It's like, too bad. You know, like, that crap, it's mostly a thing because I'm getting older and I'm getting more and more and more stubborn every day that goes by.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, that's how I feel.
Well, I agree with that. If it's reasonable, I'm okay.
Yeah. But if it's like something that's, like, forced, when it's forced on you,
I'm like,
yeah, that's hard for me when it feels like I'm being forced to do literally anything. Like, even if it's something reasonable, I just hate feeling forced.
Yeah.
If it seems like a situation is like, oh, Nathan, you can do this or you can do that, I'm totally fine. But when it's like, you have one choice and it's this or nothing, I'm like, well, I guess I'll die. You know what I mean? It's like, I guess I'll not. I don't literally mean that, by the way, but it's like, I guess I'll just not then.
Sorry, there was a freaking Oh boy. That was stupid.
What?
Freaking oil in a boom area.
A Crayola in a boom area.
No, oil in a boom area.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
I'm playing Fallout 4, which there was the area with explosive items. Like, why would you even put that there?
'Cause it's fun. Makes you feel alive, you know?
Stupid in a way.
Yeah, man, it makes you feel alive. I like to get naked and eat spoonfuls of mustard because it makes me feel alive, you know what I'm saying?
Sorry, I had to sneeze.
Why do roundabouts exist in traffic? Like, why is that a thing?
Oh, that hurt. Oh, that hurt.
Yeah, but like, why do traffic roundabouts exist?
To slow traffic down to where it won't build up.
I saw like a post on Facebook the other day, and it's like, if you have trouble with your driving, look at this. It's a roundabout in 5 other roundabouts combined. Like, there's like a 36 lane freaking highway in some like South American country as well. Come on, you bastard.
Sorry.
I'm trying to stop this guy in his van.
But yeah,
There we go.
of course you know the Autobahn.
The what?
The Autobahn.
What is that? Is that the road I'm
It's,
talking about? Like the 36 lane road or whatever?
No, there's a road that literally snakes around places.
I think that may be one that I've seen then, yes.
No, I think it's in say like not California.
Oh, I mean like on the internet though.
San Francisco, yeah. San Francisco area.
If you're going to San Francisco, be sure
It's a
to wear...
road that just... Let's just say the maximum speed limit you have to go is like 13 miles an hour or something like that.
3 miles an hour.
Turns. The heck? Oh, really?
Yeah, dude,
Yeah,
like...
chill out.
There's some people who are like really aggressive drivers too.
Yep.
Like there are people who are like, I would rather die than let you get ahead of me on the road. You know what I
There's
mean?
people I'd rather die before I get in the car with.
True, true. My freaking grandma used to terrify me with her driving because she'd see a yellow light and she'd slam on the gas. And then when you'd get all like freaked out, she'd be like, what? I thought we could make it. Like this was a completely reasonable response. I just hijacked this taxi right in front of a police car down the road. He's just like, yeah, whatever.
Another day on the job. I don't care.
Yeah. I wonder how jaded police officers get at a point, like how much crap they see every day. Like for real, like we're at like a time in history where everyone's like, oh, police officers don't care about people, but it's like, imagine the crap that they go through every day.
Oh boy.
And how much that has to screw with them.
Yeah, sorry, I have to get in a freaking gas suit or something.
In real life.
Nah, Fallout 4.
You should get in one in real life too, just for fun. Oh, I had a passenger in the taxi and I didn't even realize it. Oh, you.
Here. I think I have a gas mask.
This stupid whore just pulled me out of my taxi cab. So I hijacked this taxi and there's just like a woman in there, right? And I didn't even realize it. I stopped the taxi for a second to go somewhere on foot, and she like, before I got out, she got out of the taxi and yanked me out and tried to fist fight me. I then pulled out my pistol and pointed at her, and she went, no, don't shoot me, I'm too young to die. And it's like, you did this. You pulled me out of the car to fist fight me. Like a tiny, frail woman. What do you expect? Even if you wanted to fist fight him, you would lose. I don't understand. Making Christmas, la la la. It's time to give them something fun. This taxi has an ad on top of it that says America's Next Top Hooker. You still hear me, Shadow?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm just trying not to die.
I think that's what we're all doing in life. It's ours this time. I've had that freaking song stuck in my head for so long, dude.
Trust me, I don't know a song that can get stuck in your head.
Tell me.
This is a song that never ends.
Oh yeah, Lamb Chop or whatever.
Yep. I miss that show, no lie.
I never really watched it. I just know of it because my mom used to reference it as a kid. I remember I used to watch The Big Comfy Couch when I was a kid. My mom would walk in and
that's a fun one.
She'd be like, "Oh, you're watching the big old freaking comfortable couch," and she told me like you used to go like, "It's not feekin'." Like apparently I had an adorable lisp as a kid and a heart of gold. Me and my dog Poochie would. Me and my dog Poochie went on lots of adventures where I'd get trapped in wells. You know what I mean?
I'm listening, I'm just trying to not die in this game so much.
But you know about my dog Poochie?
Nope.
Yeah, my dog Poochie. Roman's mad at me because I didn't want to see a garbage show with him.
Dare you not.
Yeah, Roman belongs in a federal prison for his crimes.
Oh.
I heard in 1997 Roman said a racial slur once. And for that he can never be forgiven. He will live the rest of his life knowing that he said a racial slur one time.
Let me guess. You said this is Sparta.
Yeah. Sparta's a terrible slur.
Let me guess. Was he on a 300?
Yeah, man. He said that and then he kicked someone down a well.
Yup.
Yeah, man. It's no good.
Actually, he wasn't arrested for that. He was arrested for murder.
Nah, it's fine. The kicking him down a well part's okay. In fact, he kicked me down a well and Poochie saved me.
That's his mistake. Okay, good.
Yeah, my adorable anime dog Poochie. It's fine though. Getting kicked down a well builds character. If I ever have a son, I'm gonna kick him down a well.
Bill's character, son.
Yeah, it's my favorite thing about like baby boomers. Like that style of parenting. It's like, oh, just walk it off. It's like he's having a brain aneurysm. Just walk it off.
Be fine.
Yeah, he'll be fine. If that boy's anything like me, he can take 15 brain aneurysms before he starts frothing at the mouth.
Dude, I remember my stepdad, whenever I fell off something, he was like, "You'll live."
Oh my god.
Okay.
Here's the thing. A lot of times that's true, but that also, like, as a kid, you remember that crap because you're like, he didn't even care that my feelings were hurt and I was hurt and I fell. You know, like, I understand everyone's got this, like...
Either.
Well, I'm saying I understand everyone's got this concept that, like, millennials are just oversensitive, but there are points where it's like, you could, like, show some emotion as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's pretty much his way of saying, if you'll listen to me, you wouldn't have done it in the first place, would you?
I guess that's fair. Like, that's a fair point. That will teach people to listen to their freaking parents, I suppose.
That's what he was. Like, if you would listen to me, you wouldn't have done it in the first place, would you?
See, I would not be I was never good with adults like that as a kid most of the time. Because I would start to, like, purposely, like, argue with them constantly if they'd said crap like that to me. Oh, cool. Oh, cool. The way the train works in this game is super cool.
I love my stepdad though. I miss him.
Yeah, I'm sure he was a good dude.
Yeah, he was. He died a couple years ago from cancer.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's fine. It was colon cancer.
Oof. That's extra not good because there's no cure for that.
Nope.
Now, there's not
Just
treatment for that either, is there? Oh, they do radiation treatment for that?
Radiation and what was it? You know, the other one.
Chemo?
Yeah, radiation chemo. That's the only two treatments for
And
it.
if it's already aggressive, you probably can't do much about it, can you?
Nope. He had stage 4.
That's sad.
Yeah, so it's progressive.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry, man.
That's okay. He lived a good life.
Yeah.
Pretty much, he taught me the way I wanted to learn.
Yeah.
Because my blood dad, don't get me wrong, I love my blood dad.
Yeah.
He left me when I was starting kindergarten, pretty much.
Oh, that's no good.
And it seemed like he wasn't there for me, but my stepdad was like, hey, go talk to me if you need to. I'm like,
I just realized yesterday was Father's Day.
Yep.
I knew that, but I forgot for a second because we were and when we started having that convo again, I was like, oh yeah. Okay, I'm looking for some random item here, I think.
I do love my dad though.
Oh yeah. This is the part where I steal the random car. That's right, I forgot.
And my blood dad though, he was fun though, no lie. Funny thing is, when I came out to my blood dad, he was like, honey, you owe me $10. I was like, Dad, really?
Oh
like,
yeah, you told me that story.
Like, really, Dad? He was like, nah, I'm just joking with you. Like, you better be.
Well, he didn't know you at that point very well, did he?
He had a feeling, don't get me wrong.
Yeah. His gaydar was going off, as they say.
Yeah. Per se, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he's like, what? It was 20 if you're gay. I'm like, really, Dad? He's like, nah, I'm just joking with you. I'm like, okay. Otherwise, you'd be splitting it with me.
Yeah.
Like, whatever. But I did love my dad, though. It was a fun one.
Yeah.
But
I'm surprised no one went to see my dad today. I guess we're doing it some other time. Because normally my sister and I will go up there, but we just didn't.
Probably that busy.
You know what it is? I remember. We didn't get to actually grab a gift for him. We went to Academy yesterday to pick out a gift for my dad, and we couldn't really find anything because everything that we thought we could do was nah, he's probably already got that. We were gonna look at a grill, and my dad's the kind of guy, if he didn't have a grill, he'll make one. He'll weld a grill together for himself. So there wasn't much that we could get him they didn't already have. We were planning on getting him a nice pair of boots. But the last time I talked to him, he's like, Bubba, I don't wear boots anymore since I got my diabetes. So,
understandable.
Yeah, the diabetes is hard on your feet, so he just I think he just stopped wearing boots because they're not as comfortable. He's always been a really high-strung sort of person. And so whenever he had his heart attack, that gave him diabetes, and I think he just started being like, okay, I'm probably not going to live for longer than just 20, 30 years now. So I'm just going to relax now, you know. Obviously, I'd want my dad to live forever, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know.
I actually worry about him with this whole
live forever, but
yeah, I mean, I worry about him with this whole corona thing since he does have a condition now.
Yeah. I mean, I noticed one thing about the virus that's been going on. It seems to explode whenever somebody has certain conditions like
heart problems and
some
some
worse than
It negatively affects people who have pre-existing health problems. Typically, that's most of the people.
Yeah, that's what I noticed too.
Most of the people who die from it have a pre-existing condition right now.
Yeah, that's what I noticed.
What irritates?
That whenever they have a pre-existing condition,
yeah,
it just all of a sudden explodes due to that.
Well, it's because it's just more deadly. So is the flu. I'm pretty sure if you're older, you have health issues. The flu can also kill you.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like this isn't a scientifically accurate description, by the way, to anyone watching. I'm not a doctor. But I feel like the coronavirus is kind of just like the flu on steroids.
See, it is, in a sense. It is the coronavirus is a flu-like virus.
Yeah.
It's actually, they say it's the flu just on steroids, yeah.
Yeah. Like, that's kind of my theory.
Yeah. Because the flu is actually a form of corona.
What's irritating the crap out of me with the coronavirus, though, is watching the news constantly talk about it and speculate. Because it's beginning to feel really manipulative to me. Here's the thing, because, like, I stopped keeping up with the news, like, a couple weeks ago. Because I just got tired of hearing, because they keep contradicting themselves. They'll say one thing, then they'll be like, oh, a recent random study that isn't very scientific says this, and now it says this, and then it says, it's like they keep 180ing on everything. Like, for example, they were shaming people for not wearing masks. Now they're like, oh, do masks really help you that much? You know, they keep changing their mind, and they need to stop, because, like, for me, I'm just getting to the point where I'm like, we know the scientific facts. We know it's a respiratory ailment. We know if you have a heart condition or anything severe, you probably want to stay away from other people. Yeah. We know you need to socially distance yourself when you're in public. That's pretty much like, you know, wear a mask. That you might as well. It's just a minor... I guess I say that, but I don't wear a mask. But you know what I mean. It is technically just an inconvenience. It's just one of those things.
Inconvenienced or dead.
Yeah. Well, like that's kind of my thing.
Yeah. It's a hard way of saying it, but to me, that's the way it would
well,
be.
I don't wear a mask.
Inconvenienced or dead?
I mean, I don't wear a mask because there's something uncomfortable to me about feeling my hot breath in my face. It makes me kind of feel weird.
I mean, I wear a mask, but like if I go into a store, I put it on then.
Yeah.
Well, when I come out, it immediately comes off.
Like when I'm in public, I just avoid getting too close to people, typically. Because like it's just one of those things. Like the news keeps like speculating, and they just need to stop. They need to stop speculating and trying to like figure out what it is and just be like, this is what we know. We're gonna wait to report until we've got hard facts. That's my biggest issue with the 24-hour news cycle as well, is like there's too much like making stuff up and speculating involved. And I don't appreciate it. It's like, it stresses people out more because like people say like, oh, the world's worse than it's ever been. But a lot of the things we're experiencing are things we experienced in the past. But the thing is, there's a 24-hour news cycle now. So you're constantly 24/7 being told how crappy the world is. You know, like I had one of my pastors in church told a story the other day. He's talking about like all the civil unrest going on in the country right now, and he's like, look man, to me this isn't new. I grew up in the suburbs of Detroit, and we were a white family, and when I was a kid, the Black Panthers were trying to force my family out of our home. They were trying to force us to move to a different school district and go somewhere else. This truck drives like garbage, by the way. So it's one of those things where like nothing we're experiencing is completely new. There's nuances and new parts of it, but it's not new.
Yeah.
And that's what like irritates me about it, is people are acting like we've never seen this before. It's like, yes, you have. You've seen it.
I agree with that. It's like, apparently people are not educating themselves on what exactly is going on.
Yes.
Like, I know the coronavirus. I know what it kind of is.
Yeah, in a general sense, you know what it is.
Steroids. Because the flu is a form of the corona. It's just a different strain.
Climb the ladder. Nico, climb the bloody ladder. I just shot this guy like 15 times and he's still alive. Good lord.
Well, shoot him again.
Yeah, I guess so. That's what I'm going to have to do here. I do remember really liking this mission, though.
17 times.
Die. I've emptied 2 entire magazines on this guy and he's still just running away. Oh, I guess he died once he got up the ladder. That's funny. Yeah, he died once
he got up the ladder, then died?
He got up the ladder after I'd emptied an entire clip into him twice, and then he died. He's like, it's my time to go. I've finished my final climb. This mission is really cool. If you chase him all the way to the end, it's really cool. Thank you for that follow Mean Lord Dab 69. I love your username.
Nice.
I hope you're doing well, my dude. And for any of the new followers and any new viewers to the channel, be sure to check out the schedule in the panels underneath the stream. It is the perfect meme. I love it.
You're gonna die, dude. I don't want to deal with you.
I love your freaking username.
Wait, what the heck? Oh, another Novotron. Oh boy.
So what's your favorite GTA game, Meme Lord Dabs? Get out of here, bro. Oh, what a strong construction worker. Oh, did you just call me a jackwagon, sir? You want to go? You want freaking... yeah.
Sorry, I was done with Novotrons. I don't
like them. Walk off. Come on, walk off the cliff. Walk off the cliff, bro.
Do it.
Do it.
Just walk off.
Do it, Anakin. Walk off the cliff. No, he's going... What? No, he's walking into a hole. Yeah! Oh, yeah, he fell down a ladder.
He walked into a hole.
He fell down a ladder and hurt himself. I don't know what this guy's problem is. It's just a couple stab wounds. GT5. Yeah. I've never played GTA 5. I picked that game up today, actually. I hope are the vehicle physics any better than they are in this game? Oh my god, I created an entire traffic jam. Holy crap. But the vehicle physics in this game feel like you're steering a boat half of the time. That's my big thing. I like... No, never. Apparently stealing a car right in front of the cops is a bad idea.
Wait. Now you tell me.
Yeah.
I did that 4 times ago. What the heck, man?
4 times ago? 4 hours ago?
No, 4 times ago.
Look at these old school buses. Yeah, the cars are smoother and faster. I said cars for the justification. Gotcha. Yeah, I've never played GTA 5. I literally picked this game up, LA Noire, and GTA 5 today at the game store because they were all like $5. And I honestly just wanted to I've played this one. I played this one as a kid, but I didn't get crazy far, but that's the only one out of that list I've actually played. But I'm really excited to play through GTA 5 at some point. Pardon me, Ossifer. Wow, they're bad drivers, those police there.
Ossifer, I did not shoot that guy.
Yeah.
Ossifer, he walked in front of my knife.
Yeah, exactly. Oh god, I forgot you can blast through the windshield in this game. I remember when I played GTA 3 and Vice City as a kid before this one, and I remember being so shocked by the physics and how swervy everything is, and then being really entertained by the fact that you can blast through the windshield of the cars. What is a JDM tuner car, by the way? Is that like just a... Is that just like a normal car, like a kind of car, or... Is it like a thing that you get in a mission or something? Oh god, my car's this is another thing that annoys me about GTA 4 is your car breaks down as well if it gets too screwed up, which I guess is better than it exploding because it toppled over for a sec, but still, don't run me over, Ossifer. I'm okay. I've been a good lad of justice and majesty. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. I've been a good boy.
I've been a good
Japanese domestic. Ah, okay, it's a style of car. Sweet. God, did you give me... You're not letting me steal your taxi cab like that. How could you? A good friend...
No, trust me, they'll punch you in the face.
Friends... Oh my god, they just ran over me full on and killed me. Just no mercy. And that wasn't the police. It was just a random car was like, yeah, you're dead now. Oh, it's like a Toro. Gotcha. It's like a Subaru or a Toyota. At least I kept my weapons because I got killed.
You got wasted, didn't you?
Yeah. See, this is what I'm not going to demonstrate this time. If anyone wants to see it, it's in one of my older episodes of this series. I used to, like, barricade myself in the hospital in this game and see how long I could survive. Because when you're in enclosed spaces in this game... The cop AI is really freaking stupid, and they'll just keep running into the room and getting shot over and over again. So it became a game for me, like, if I give myself the code to give me all the weapons, how long can I survive if I just barricade myself in?
Yeah, I've been there, done that. It's fun to do.
Oh, it's super fun, dude. Okay, I need to go talk to Roman, I think.
Kill people without dying.
Yeah, exactly.
What was your record?
Huh? Oh, my record? Probably like 30 minutes of surviving. Because I kept inputting the code.
62.
Huh?
3 hours, 62 minutes.
Holy crap, dude.
Seconds.
You ever input like the tank code in GTA Vice City, I think?
That's a fun one.
Dude, there's a mission where you can just steal a tank, right?
Uh-huh.
And I used to do that mission over and over again just to see how long I could survive with the tank. And here's what happened. I rarely lost, but when I did, it's because a random cop on foot yanked me out and just busted me. They didn't even shoot me. They're just like, you're under arrest. You've destroyed 10 city blocks, but you're under arrest. I'm like, really, dude? Uncle Vlad. Old Uncle Vlad with his meaty mashed potato covered palms. I never played Vice City or San Andreas. Most people will say San Andreas is the best one. I like Vice City better, personally.
Yeah, Vice City to me was the best, graphics-wise.
Yeah.
San Andreas was pretty doggone good via the,
Here's the thing. San Andreas has an actual, like, HD upscale, while Vice City is only, like, I think it's on Steam and stuff upscaled. But I've got San Andreas for the Xbox 360 right now, like over there on the shelf. And after I'm done with 4 and 5, I'll check that one out. I've got 3 in Vice City on PS2. Oh, this is the mission where Roman's girlfriend is cheating on him with Vlad or whatever. And Nico's like, even though she actively chose to cheat on you, this is somehow Vlad's fault. Oh god.
Vice City was good graphics-wise.
I just got a fix on Vlad with my gun and he immediately just got away.
Sorry.
Gosh dang it. Leave me alone. Okay.
Oh yeah. San Andreas was good for story-wise to me.
Goodbye. I know he's getting away, gosh dang it. Sorry. I'm like half listening right now.
It's okay. I was saying Vice City is good graphics-wise to me.
Wait,
but story-wise, it has to go to San Andreas.
Vlad escaped, gosh dang it. I think 4 is the best GTA ever. I agree in terms of story. I've just never, like... I played Vice City as a kid and 3 as a kid, so I never played San Andreas back then, so to me it's like it's the nostalgia speaking. Zoya likes 4 the best. I like this one. I just like this would be a perfect GTA game if the vehicles ran less bad. They're just too swervy. There's certain cars that have really good handling, but almost every car in the game feels way too like swervy, like you're in a boat. Like when you're stealing, like when you're steering a boat in freaking Fortnite, for example. That's how this crap feels.
They don't have very good handling.
Yeah, they just don't handle well. There's a couple like sports cars in the game that handle perfectly. I mean, Lord, I don't even have any water on me. After this mission, I'll go and like get a bottle of water from the kitchen. This was kind of like a last-minute decision in terms of streaming. I normally stream like during the day.
Yeah.
And right now it's like, was it like 2 p.m. or something? 2 a.m. rather?
1:24.
Oh yeah, gosh, get in the car, you whore. So I ran up to freaking Roman's side of the car because I forgot that he's there. All I know is we don't have to chase Vlad all the way. We just have to like get to a certain. Oh my god, you suck. Well, I guess you're gonna die, Roman. Bye. Guess you'll never avenge your girlfriend who doesn't love you. Meme Lord used the total biscuit emote. Yeah, I know I've left Roman behind. He's a loser.
Oh, it's on 750 tickets.
Tickets?
I'm in Nuka World.
Oh. Okay, let me like.
Nuka World.
Yeah, I know Vlad's escaped. Don't remind me.
You have to tell me 4 times, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, that mission did not go how I needed it to. At all. I hate how it restarts you like at freaking Roman's old depot place here though. That's irritating.
That always irritated me is
RNG
like,
says Meme Lord, yes.
And it's like, oh, you died. Well, guess what? You have to restart. Wait,
is that
what?
RNG emote like a sub emote for someone? That looks like something a speedrunner would use in their chatty chat. Okay.
I really don't know on that one.
Well, I know like speedrunners, Mr. Post. All right. What does he play? But
He plays Minecraft.
Do you know who he is?
Speedrunner?
Mr. Post is his name. Oh, he plays GTA San Andreas. Gotcha.
Oh yeah.
You ever watch like the speedrun fails videos on the Glad Jonas YouTube channel? It's one of the saddest things in the world to watch. It's just like watching people's souls be ripped from their bodies, basically. It's like watching these people who have played this game for like 3 hours to get the perfect run, randomly have it get messed up by RNG and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, like for example, they'll be playing this and their freaking cars will just accidentally topple over like what happened to me, and then they have to restart the entire game. It's the saddest thing to watch. There's times where the game glitches out and it's completely not even their fault. It's not even RNG, it's just the game glitching. And they're like, okay, I guess I'll just be done now.
I mean, funny thing is, that kind of happened to me not too long ago.
Yeah.
I was streaming Oblivion, okay?
Yeah.
I was doing great in it, okay?
Yeah.
I was doing fantastic.
And then the game froze, right?
Yup.
Yeah, I saw that on the Discord server. I got like 4 notifications for that. Like, Shadow is going live. Shadow is going live. I'm like, how many times is he going live? And then I saw you say, by the way, we're done with the stream today because the game froze. And I'm like, oh, that's no good. Oh God, I didn't mean to dive out of the car there. I wonder how they get the power to do that. They gotta just be really hard-headed, because if it were me, like, I would just rage quit right there. I'd be like, okay, I'm done.
Oh boy. I forgot what's in the battle zone. Oh boy.
What about AutoZone?
Battle. I'm in a robot fighting zone.
Yeah, you walked in the AutoZone. Well, Vlad is dead. I'd throw my monitor and kill the keyboard I'd use. Yeah. Dude, there was a Twitch streamer not too long ago who got banned from Twitch for slamming a keyboard over his head and breaking it. Because Twitch was like, this is a form of self-harm. There we go. We killed old Uncle Vladimir. With his meaty mashed potato covered palms. And now what we need to do is we need to go,
I'm so glad I have TGM on.
TGM?
Toggle God mode.
What's going on? Why'd you stand me up? Drug dealing, killing, more important than spending time with your cousin? Yeah. It's a form of it's symbolic of save me. I mean, it kind of is. I mean, this is a gimmick that streamer did on his stream. He had a bunch of those keyboards that he just bought in bulk just to smash when he rage quit. But I guess Twitch's moderators never saw his streams. And so they randomly found one and were like, you can't really do that, dude. Alright, and we are back.
Congratulations, Nate. You're getting the penny from me.
Sweet. I got me water here so I can redeem that hydrate. Let me do that.
Also, Nate, I am going to go live in a few minutes.
Alright, let me, That was interesting to hear. What if you sleep, you temporarily die? What happened? Oh, was that the stream clip of me and Zach talking about how you temporarily die when you sleep or whatever? Yeah, I play like little stream clips that people take from my stream during the BRB. Anyone who's checking out my stream, also check out my buddy Shadow Wolf. I just linked to your stream.
In 3, 2, 1.
Alright.
What's up, everybody? If y'all were streaming with me, check out my friend Nathan Samples. If not,
yep.
Yeah.
The moment you said that, I drove by a guy in the game and he went, "Oh, jeez!" In freaking
I'm watching
GTA.
Your stream too, by the way, Nate.
Huh?
I'm watching your stream too.
Oh, sweet. Sweet. I thought you were about to say you're getting a penny from me a second ago when you said that.
Oh yeah, you got a penny from me.
Sweet. Yeah, those... Man, one day those pennies will add up, I tell you what.
Oh yeah, they will add up so much.
I mean, they technically will, but that's going to take a long time. I do appreciate that Twitch gives affiliates ad revenue. Like, I feel like that's not a thing that very many websites do anymore. He knows the hell that's gonna happen when he goes live. Yes, like fire, hellfire. There's fire in my skin.
Have you heard? Okay. Have you heard the a guy named what was
Lando Calrissian?
Oh, that was stupid.
What? What happened?
Tune into my stream and you'll find out on that one. Oh boy.
I'll have to check out the VOD.
Tree and all of a sudden, big boom.
And you're still playing Fallout over there, right?
Yeah.
And your viewers, they can't hear me because you're on Xbox, can they? Don't mind me, officer.
I can't hear you, I don't think, but you're on.
Nothing suspicious here, officer. Don't mind me.
Pretty much I had to turn off, I unplugged my headset.
Oh, okay.
So my headset is going, or my sound is going through my computer speakers.
Gotcha.
So I don't
He
know if they can
burned.
hear
Oh,
me
he
or not.
burned someone in Fallout. Gotcha.
Oh no, I didn't burn. I just exploded everybody. Including me.
Oh, by the way, anyone tuning into the stream, be sure to check out my social links. They should be linked in the panels and also exclamation links in the chat. I do 24/7 reruns when I'm not live. I always feel
I don't do reruns, period.
I feel so like I try and do that, but I always feel weird when I do like in the middle of the stream I do pitches like that. Like, remember this. I'm gonna start leaving my chat in sub-only mode when I'm doing the reruns, because, like, it seems like people get really confused sometimes by it, and it's easier to, like, do it that way. I know I've said that 100 times, but I think this time I'm for real just gonna leave it. Specifically for reruns, by the way.
Yeah, I just had all of a sudden major explosion on me.
I just knocked over an old lady carrying her groceries.
Oh, you're in a police car. You're fine.
Yeah, exactly. Everything's okay if you're a policeman. You never get in trouble.
Want to bet?
What's up, boy? Let daddy pull you over. Effing chat for old grandma. Yeah, dude. What's up, daddy?
Bars.
Oh, freaking go. What's up, daddy?
There we go.
Sorry, I have no crunchy Crispitos for you, sir. Shadow Wolf left an F in chat. Yes.
Yep.
Oh, what a stupid man you are. Why are you driving on my roads? Get away from me. Get away from me and my wife. My wife, this police car is my wife. I make love to her every night. I am the law.
All the things here. I don't know if I did or not.
Shadow Wolf, what would you do if you woke up in a cave with Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sylvester Stallone, right? And they were fighting for dominance. Have you played the DLC? I have the DLC on PS3. I don't have it for 360.
That if I got in the cave with them?
Like, I own the complete edition for the I own the complete edition for PS3, but PS3 has like copy protection on their capture. So I have to capture the game through the 360. So I went to the game store and this was like $5, so I just picked it up. I was like, this should be good, and I've always wanted to play GTA 5, so I picked that up as well. Just for the hey of it. Hey, come on over, have some fun with Crazy Taxi.
Oh, I missed that game.
Oh yeah, I have that on the 360 here, but it's not the same. Like, Crazy Taxi is not the same without the very not subtle product placements and the music by The Offspring. It is just not the same without that.
Yeah.
Like, if you like that's the thing, the 360 version doesn't have either of those things. The PS2 version is kind of like this smooth middle ground between the two. Like, the PS2 version has the Offspring music, but it doesn't have any of the product placements. Or at least it doesn't have most of it, because, like, the thing is, most of those games for the Dreamcast were, like, rushed. Like, Sega was like, the PS2's coming, we're gonna get as much software out as humanly possible before the competition is out. We're gonna establish our name, and hopefully that will help us survive. They really shouldn't have done that, but it could have worked. They created an excellent lineup of software, I'll give them that.
Yeah.
There you go. You gonna stop? There you go. There you go, you lovable little scamp.
How dare they not stop for the police when they pull you
I'm
over?
gonna get you, you silly Billy. I'm gonna get you.
How dare they not stop for you? You're a police officer.
Yeah, and I have a gun too. You should listen to anyone who owns a gun.
You're sure it's a gun and not a freaking bazooka?
No, it's a gun. Well, bazookas, isn't a bazooka technically a form of gun? At the very least,
That's a launcher, actually.
well, would it be classified as like a firearm or something?
Not really.
Not really.
No.
Then so like missile launchers and RPGs and crap would be filed under their own category, I suppose, like explosives or something.
Yeah, would be followed under explosives.
Ah, gotcha.
It's like the Fat Man in Fallout 4.
Okay, go on. Tell me about this fat man.
It's a mini nuclear launcher.
Meme Lord said kinda, but it's weird. Ah. I'm getting some interesting follows lately. I kinda love it. I was playing Fortnite the other day and I got a follow from someone whose username was Big Chungus. Like, I love the freaking meme usernames. They're so good.
I know. Meme usernames are fun.
I want my MTV. I don't know what's making me think of that song. I want my MTV.
I want my... something.
Yeah.
I don't want to get copyrighted here.
Yeah. He sounds like he is Seahawk? What does that mean?
He's a chunk.
Ah.
I sound like I'm the big boy,
Maybe.
per se. I kind of am a chunk.
It's fine though. I mean, I'm a pretty big dude myself. I'm just tall, so it kind of like, yep, it's a good meme indeed.
Wait, Dark Horse do I have here? Sheesh. 15 out of 20? Okay, I'm out of Dark Horse. Good.
15 out of 20.
Now I'm trying to get all the star cores in this game to unlock a nice power armor. It's an XL1 power armor.
It's okay. A little scarred, but okay. You did good. Mikhail needs someone like you. Stop by.
Why are you walking in circles, Nate?
'Cause my character was talking on the phone, and that's what humans do when they're talking. They pace like a psychopath, plotting and scheming. Oh, look at this nice lime green card. Fits my personality perfectly.
Like you're walking in a circle in the middle of a road. That's
Yeah.
kind of not a good idea, bro.
No, I mean he's crazy. It fits his character though. He's a crazy man who fought in a war.
Road,
Huh?
it's not a good idea to walk in the middle of the road, bro.
What would you do if you woke up and you heard some loud noises outside, and you walk out and there's just like a crazy man in his underwear just flapping around outside? You said the smartest thing I've ever heard.
My life. Okay, gotcha.
What? What?
It's a typical day in my life, so.
Yeah, exactly. You wake up, you sleep in your clothes, but you take your clothes off once you're awake, and you run around flapping around in your underwear in the streets. Ah.
Too surprised.
Ah.
Just jump.
Might as well jump. This is my new home. This is where I will live.
Nice.
I'm just gonna live here. I'd probably get rich off him and it would go viral. Yes. You probably would, interestingly enough. There's some things that I've seen in my real life where I had to restrain myself from recording them because I didn't want to be inconsiderate or like weird. I was at one of my freaking friend's house one time, and this isn't a bad one, but like, he had a pet ferret and a teacup chihuahua. They're both tiny, adorable animals. There's a baby ferret. I watched them chase each other across the room. Like they ran out from under the couch randomly and started chasing each other. And I remember thinking, my God, this is the cutest thing I've ever seen. And I could make $1 million off of it if I had my camera with me. You know what I mean?
Funny thing is, I actually had a ferret one time.
You like him? Nah.
It was a fun thing. We named it Papa Knox.
You named him what?
A Papa Knox.
Where's your camera at the moment? What do you mean?
Huh?
Has my camera been turned off?
No. Your camera's still on.
Oh, in that moment. He's asking in that moment. Yeah. Where was it? Like, I normally carry my cell phone. I think I left it at home at that point. Because we were on our way to some, like, event, and I just had to hurry real quick. Yeah, I think I just left it. Like, I left it at home on the nightstand. Back when I had a nightstand.
Yeah. My favorite, though, we named it a Papa Knox, but we had Poppy for short.
Okay. Go on.
He was the little escape artist.
Ah, and he got out, right?
All the time. Kind of funny to watch.
Yeah, that's how a lot of my dogs were when I was a kid. They would always, like, get out of the fence and crap. And with Peanut, we pretty much trained him, and he generally won't try and get out. He's gotten out of the fence one time because he got curious. There's like 2 areas of the fence we know he can get out of. So like when I'm watching him, I make sure he didn't go near there. But there's one when we first started letting him out in the backyard to play when he was still super like little. We just didn't think he would get out because we thought the fence was secure, and we saw him. You also have a dog named Peanut? Yeah, I do too. We literally like walked outside and he was just across the street in the neighbor's yard. And my mom like freaked out. And the neighbor kind of talked to Peanut. He's like, "You better go home, buddy. Mama looks pissed."
Oh, fudge.
Which was really hilarious, but like that freaked me out, man. But Peanut generally hasn't tried to get out of the fence nearly as much as any of my other dogs that I've had, because I think he's like better trained than most of them, and I think he likes it here a lot. He actually sat in my lap while we drove to church this morning, and I expected him to try and hop out when I left, and he didn't. Peanut's such a freaking adorable dog. Mine is like, what breed is your dog? Mine is like half Yorkie and I think half Cocker Spaniel, but we don't have proof of that. We know he's half Yorkie because his mom was a Yorkie. Dutch Shepherd. I'll have to look that up later.
There we go.
Actually, if you want to join my Discord, you can hit like exclamation Discord in chat, and you can like post an image of him in the general discussion so I can look at it. Excuse the shameless self-promotion, but if you want to, you can.
We're going to ignore what Mikhail said and try not to kill them. Taking a bite of this pie would be very profitable for our operation.
That's where I need to go. I need to somehow go down.
Mikhail that has that issue. Can't keep his finger off the
Where are you?
Wasn't always like this. Things come
I see where you are. Okay. Sorry.
Oh, I accidentally brought up my phone randomly. You know those dogs that run after the dude in the really thick suits? What are you talking about? The dudes in the really thick suits. Interesting.
Identify yourself. I'm your mother.
Luke, I am your mother. Canine unit. So like, I'm thinking of a Rottweiler when you say that though. Like a black and brown sort of dog. Look at this sinfulness. Ah! Why is he targeting random people outside?
Okay, this is gonna be fun. Playing Fallout 4 with the cat in the way.
Get down. Get down on the ground. Don't make me touch your pee-pee. Don't make me touch your pee-pee, dude.
Playing Fallout 4 with the cat in the way. This is gonna be fun.
What just happened?
Okay, move please, babe.
Did I just...
You need to control your
Wait, I just lost...
you got wasted.
What? What just happened? I just lost that mission because I knocked a guy down but didn't shoot him or kill him. The freak was that? What was that gobbledygook? That malarkey of sorts. This is an
Car's on
outrage.
fire.
What?
Your car's on fire.
No, it's just I know my car. I know my car. It'll be fine.
It'll be fine. Just put some grease on it, you'll be fine.
I guarantee you there are people like this in real life who will yeah, I guarantee you there are people like that in real life who will drive a car that's smoking and be like, I know my car, okay? I know it's alright. But yes, I think I know what kind of dog yours is then, Meme Lord. And it's a funny coincidence that your dog's name is also Peanut.
Like going with this. I can't see a thing with the cat in the way.
Yeah, well, it's fine. It adds to the atmosphere. Dude, Peanut is like adamant to get into my room at some point. I try and keep him out because I don't want him chewing on anything in here. But like every time I open the door, he wants in. Huh?
My friends lock the door.
Yeah. You got
So
some.
I have to learn how to play with the cat in the way.
Yeah. It's fine. People like cats, though. I will shoot you in the pee-pee, sir.
I love my cat. I love my friends, though. They're so much fun.
Don't make me kill you to death, sir. I'm willing to do something crazy. Oh, let me grab that butthole of yours, sir. Oh, you are on the floor now. Let me hug you.
Speaking of friends.
Bruh. I love this inspirational music over a scene of us shooting someone in a porn shop. I've got like upbeat, energetic music playing in the background right now.
Wish I had music playing in my background. I'm playing in my background.
Yeah, there's a way to play music through your Xbox, actually. Like, I can do that on the 360 as well, I think.
I don't know, I just don't want to play music on...
Can you still rip CDs on the Xbox One?
Huh?
Can you still rip CDs on the Xbox One? Kinda. I bet you can play it off of like a USB drive though, right?
Broke up on that part a little bit.
Yeah. I think I'm almost to the point that I got in the previous streams, which is interesting because this has only took 2 hours, believe. So yes, gotcha. But yeah, like the past couple streams have been like the exact length of this when I played this game, but I just dicked around way more. And I'm almost exactly where I've gotten in the game so far. It's so silly.
See what I gotta do.
I guess this is what happens when you focus on a game instead of just constantly trying to like randomly kill people in the freaking hospital. Deli grocery. I'm going to start a store and I'm going to call it L Grocery. I like putting the word L in front of everything, even when it just doesn't fit at all. I love that crap.
Listen here, El Senor.
Is that a Hasidic Jewish man right here? Yeah, look.
Huh?
There's a Hasidic Jewish guy. Interesting. Head into the Goon store. Oh yeah, dude, this game is dope. Purchase a micro penis. Oh, look at this gun. It is compact and powerful. Worst.
Sorry, my friends.
Wait, when did I get a shotgun? I got guns in my inventory I didn't even know about. I can buy a bat, but that'll replace my knife then.
Wait, what was I doing?
That is a strange looking movie poster.
Operator instructions.
Smooth operator. Okay. What a gun store he's got here. Nothing but display models everywhere. Look, a display model Molotov cocktail.
I don't remember what I was doing there for a split second. Hey. Oh.
Take Dimitri to the house and make him your spouse. See, what if they completely 180'd with the GTA series and the next game is like all the previous criminals in the games, like making atonement for their sins? You serve your time in prison. Like they make like the perfect politically correct GTA game. They all apologize and they serve their time in prison. They come back a new man. They open up a freaking deli. Oh my god, don't you dare, don't you dare. Would you buy that game, Shadow?
What game?
If they made a GTA game that was politically correct, where like there's no car theft and it's all the previous main characters like atoning for their sins and serving their time in prison. It's basically a prison life simulator where you just serve your time. You read a book, you go to the cafeteria and eat some chili.
Pretty much you live regular life, gotcha.
Well, no, you live regular life in prison. You go to chapel and pray and ask for forgiveness. I'd buy a GTA game where you do that. That would become my mainstay. No, GTA is made to be I know, but what if they made one though? I know that it's meant to be that way, but what if they just didn't?
Thank you for your help, Nico. Come to see us at the club soon.
It'd be hilarious, dude. Like, imagine
There's a lot
GTA.
of shooting going on. I don't know where.
This vehicle is damaged. I must make it suffer. This is gonna hurt you more than it's gonna hurt me, car. Catch fire. Catch fire. Catch fire for Poppy. There we go. Oh, I'm so cool and epic. Oh, look at the police.
And then the explosions going behind
The
it.
police want to touch my pee-pee. Police want to touch me, Willie. But I will not let them. It would bomb and so much money would... Why would it bomb? That would be the best game. You're saying you wouldn't play GTA with no violence? And and no cussing, no swearing. Your character after he gets out of prison becomes a Christian minister? No? Why not? Come on. You don't think that would be a great idea, dude? That is a great idea. I'm gonna pitch this to Rockstar one day. I want to see this become a game, like, for real. Like, I want GTA 6 to be in glorious 8K resolution And the entire plot is just like you eating soup in your prison cell. I only would buy it for the stupid meme. Yes, and that's the point of it, though. It's supposed to be for the meme. It's a $6 trillion meme. Like, it needs to have a bigger budget than all the other GTA games combined, also. Like, it needs to have a budget so high that it puts every other video game ever made to shame. Like, I want it all to look like real life. You can see every single pore on your character's head, on their face. You can see the freaking gross oil dripping from their nose as they freaking wipe the barbecue sauce off of their mouth while they're eating a sandwich in the cafe, the cafeteria, the screamateria.
It's 8.
Yeah.
Yeah, 660 candy bars now.
Sweet.
And guess what I'm gonna do?
There are mods. No, but it needs to be an official Rockstar release, though. It can't be a mod, it has to be official.
Guess what, Nate?
What? Oh, you redeemed a hydrate. No, like we need it to be an official release. We need the character to have like real human skin texture on the model. So like it's got like red burning human eyes that pierce your soul.
So pretty much my persona.
Yeah, exactly.
Nah, you know what my persona is, right?
I don't.
I'm a shadow wolf.
Well, I know that.
Red eyes.
No, what we need, Shadow Wolf, is we need a GTA game where the character serves his time in prison and he becomes a Christian minister and also a furry. Meme Lord says his persona is a bunny named Bloody. Sweet.
Nice. I like that one.
Do you cover yourself in pig blood like the movie Carrie when you yiff?
But yeah, my persona is a black wolf with purple spots, purple ear tips, purple tip tail, and crimson red eyes.
All right.
I love it.
I am not a
I
furry.
used to have a suit like that, but my dog chewed it up.
He thought it was a friend. But yeah, I am not a furry, so I cannot relate. Huh?
I gotta beat the crud out of the dog on that one, though. That was $300 too. You think I wouldn't have done that?
Yeah, I feel you. You should have rewarded the dog with his own fursuit. No, reward the dog with a human suit.
That'd be hilarious.
Aren't there like, isn't there an equivalent of furries except they dress like humans? But it's weird because you're already human, so what's the point? Also, why am I asking this? I'm literally asking a question right now that I don't even want to know the answer to. Like, I feel like if someone gives me an honest answer to that, I'm just going to be like, oh, that figures.
I'm sure there probably is somewhere. I don't really know on that one.
I don't know. I remember in one of my old streams back when I streamed on YouTube, someone like... I was playing Donkey Kong Country, and someone hopped in my chat, and they were like a closeted furry who was saying a bunch of furry stuff, and then they were like, but I'm not a furry, though. And I'm like, well, everything you've said makes you sound like a furry dude. I think you just don't like the label. He's like, oh, I think
there is actually a difference between furry and anamorphic.
Well, he's saying that he thought Candy Kong from Donkey Kong was the hottest freaking thing ever, and she's so beautiful, and he's a furry in this. He's not a furry, though, and I'm like, it sounds like, based on what you're saying, it sounds like that. At least the length that you're going to with it. I don't know, but he said that.
I think he was referring to himself as a Nico anamorphic.
Honestly, I think he just thought a game character was hot and didn't want to be labeled at all. Because I was like, it's okay if you're a furry. I don't care. I think it's a little strange, but I don't. Like, who am I to judge? It doesn't matter to me.
Yeah.
But then someone else hopped in my chat and like told me that there's a freaking furry equivalent to humans.
See.
I don't know. My chat on YouTube back in the day was so freaking weird. Like, don't get me wrong, the chat gets weird now, but it was like nothing but weird half of the time. Yeah. Like, I would have people.
For those who watch my stream, thank you very much. Sorry I'm canceling it early, but it's getting long, and I'm like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
So, thank y'all for watching me, and now tune in next time. Or tune in next time, whatever.
Yeah. Well, you can tune into your own stream, technically.
Technically, I could.
But yeah, this,
Stop the stream? Oh, okay. This stream being stupid. You know what?
Yeah, but yeah, like, my stream chat used to be so weird back when I was on YouTube. Like, for my main stuff. It used to be, like, people would just hop into my stream and say weird crap with no... Like, I understand people talking about stuff when it's, like, relevant to the conversation you're having, right?
Mm-hmm.
I had one random person come out as a furry in my freaking stream chat once. No warning, no explanation. She just did. And I got kind of weirded out and uncomfortable because, like, the way that she worded it was really weird. She's like, Nathan, I have a confession to make to you. I'm like, okay. She's like, I'm a furry. And I'm like, alright, that's cool. Leave me alone. And then the person, because I said leave me alone, they started getting really uncomfortable and trying to justify themselves. I'm like, I'm not bothered. Just drop the subject. You're freaking me out, dude. Why did you, like... Oh, I just died. Like, why did you volunteer this to me of all people?
Oh, come on. You should just let the train run them over. That'd been perfect.
Well, the train won't run him over. I have to, like, chase him down.
Do you know that you're supposed to stand behind the yellow line?
Yes, I know now.
Oh, sorry. That was just funny.
Yeah, I feel you.
You just got grazed and you died. Like,
well, I was also being shot at with an Uzi. So I was being shot at with an Uzi, then I walked into a moving train. Look, man, if you walked into a moving train while being shot with an Uzi, you'd probably die too.
True. Anyways, I'll be right back. I'm gonna have to go get me something to drink.
Alright. Hurry back, like, my big booty anime nephew.
I'm just going deafen and mute for a second.
Alright. You can both deafen and mute yourself if you just scream really loud. Pro tip to everyone in the chat, if you ever want to deafen and mute yourself on Discord but you don't have the energy to reach for the button, just scream so loud that you break your voice and also you make the other person deaf. It works like a charm, works like a dream. It works like everything I ever wanted in life. That is the ultimate thing I want from a woman, is for her to scream into my ears until I go deaf. And then vomit into my thigh cap. I think this is the fastest I've driven this whole game so far. I will pay my toll like a good tax-paying freaking mobster citizen. That's a very specific kink now, isn't it? No, it's very normal. Everyone wants that. It's just a thing that everyone can relate to, you know? It's just how life works, man. Sometimes you want someone to scream into your mouth, dude. What would you do, alright, everyone in chat, what would you do if you were in bed with your best gal and she suddenly let out a blood-curdling scream at the moment of scent time, smell time, right? You're fine.
Okay, I'm back.
Yeah. But she let out a huge blood-curdling scream at the moment of climax, and then her eyes popped out of her skull, and they grew little spider legs and started dancing across the floor. What would you do?
I heard spider and I'm out.
No. Like her eyeballs pop out of her skull like a spider. I'd bleach my eyes out. Yeah, that's just like a Christmas Story. You remember that scene in that movie where he's like, "Yo, bleach your eyes out, kid."
I'm gonna bleach my eyes out.
You don't remember that
away
very
the monk.
relatable situation from A Christmas Story, or just ended? Jesus. Oh, that's hilarious, dude.
That's the thing. I'll go in the way of the monk.
You would go the way of the monk? You'd separate yourself from reality?
No, I'll just set myself on fire.
Oh, I've never heard of monks doing that, dude.
It was actually a long time. It was a long time ago about that one. They were protesting something and they just set themselves on fire.
Oh, well, that seems lovely. Oh, okay. Okay, that's not how I'm supposed to do that. I'll be right there. So, oh God, I've got 3 stars wanted. Oh my God.
1963.
Springsteen, Madonna, way before Nirvana. Was
It was in
U2 and
1963.
Blondie.
They're a monk.
Music still on MTV.
Yeah.
Her 2 kids in high school, they tell her that she's uncool, 'cause she's still preoccupied with 1985.
Okay, I see. He was attempting to show that the fight of all forms of oppression to death by, unequal terms.
What?
He wanted to show Buddhism was, being oppressed too in a way.
By burning himself?
To death, yeah.
What does that show? That just shows that you're an idiot. I don't feel bad for Buddhists after thinking of someone burning themselves. That just makes me think he's an idiot, specifically. Not Buddhist, but him.
I'll send you the information on that one to you directly.
Okay. That's just such a weird thing.
Well, it was a protest, as I said, for something.
But that's
a
terrible protest. Why do y'all have the wackiest convos ever? Honest to God, that's just how we are, man. Yep. That's literally every time we talk, our conversations are like this. Every time I stream, it's like this.
Yeah.
Sometimes it gets even weirder. Some of my streams with Scotty are hilarious.
Oh, those are even more fun.
Dude, my favorite one was the one where I was talking to Scott about people at Guitar Center like rubbing their toes on his wiener. You remember that? You just fell silent.
No, which one, Nate?
The stream where I told Scott that the Guitar Hero was having a promotion where if the workers would rub their toes on your wiener, and then you'd get a soundboard for free.
Oh yeah.
Meme Lord said you play guitar. I do not, but Guitar Center's like a store that sells music and sound equipment, and I got microphones and such.
Anyways, I'm about to put my headset back on, so give me 1 second.
But yeah, I was joking with one of my buddies on a stream one day when we were playing Fortnite. And I don't know where I got this idea from, but I was like, Scott, what would you do if like Guitar Center like had a promotion where everyone like if you let a worker rub their toe on your wiener, I've been there before. I play music. Yeah, but like you get like free sound equipment is what I told him. And he's like, I wouldn't do it. I'm like, but why not? Because Scott used to work at a Guitar Center, so I was just screwing with him. I'm just like, but would you do it if you worked there? And he's like, no. I'm like, but what if they gave you like a huge pay raise? Like, just me messing with him the whole time. My favorite thing is when I say something so weird that Scott's just like, I'm going to pretend I don't hear that. It's my freaking favorite.
But yeah, also me, Laura, I do know how you feel. I play music too.
Oh yeah, he's a DJ, and so is Scotty. Actually, I've like
starting DJ.
I've like mixed live sound before, but I'm not an instrument boy.
I'm more of a classical.
I'm like
musician.
a behind the scenes person. Like I do like sound at church and such, or I used to. I'm trying to get trained at my new church, but because of COVID, that's causing some delays. I got an email from them the other day that was basically like, yo man, we still want to train you, but we can't pick you up from practice due to the rules.
Driving the wrong way, Nate, and you're driving.
But everyone in chat, what would you do? What would you do if you went to Guitar Center and they tried to rub their toes on your wiener to get you a free soundboard?
Get what?
A free soundboard. What would you do? Would you go along with it? Like, I could use a good toe job. Like, what would you do?
Probably.
Probably. You'd be like, I'm cool with this. This seems reasonable.
It depends on how good they do.
If they do too good of a job, then what?
They get free for life.
It's a girl, let her do it. It's 100% a boy. They would get a kick in the nuts. But why? This guy in the game said, you just hit a real American.
Don't try to be a tough guy. You fucking out of the way.
Nate, that's not how fraud works, by the way.
A what?
Fraud.
What? What do you mean?
Jumping in front of a car like that.
Oh
Over
yeah. You've seen those dash cam videos of people. You ever seen them dash cam videos of people doing that?
Yes.
It's hilarious. I swear, this one part of the map confuses me every time.
Hold on. I'm sorry about that.
What's up?
You passed a freaking cop car in a car that's not yours.
Yeah.
And they just ignored you.
Yeah, they're not bothered. They're on their lunch break. Whatever. I could solve this crime, but this bagel is calling to me.
Did you give them donuts?
We had a police officer, because girls are better at insert sexual job here. Totally. Oh, now I'm wanted because I dented their car. But, I was about to say. Oh yeah, we had a police officer come to our school one time to do a presentation in forensic science class about like crime scene investigation, right? And I jokingly, have you ever heard the song by the Bangles, "Walk Like an Egyptian"? Because there's a line in.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, there's a line in that song where they say all the cops in the donut shop say "way-yo, way-yo." And I assume that this cop would understand the joke. And so he's like, does anyone have any question? I raised my hand. I'm like, do all the cops in the donut shop say wayo? And he got all defensive. He's like, now listen here. Everyone loves donuts, okay? I don't know why everyone says it's a police thing and blah, blah. Like, he got like super defensive. And then I kind of felt bad because I felt like I insulted a cop. And then I wanted to apologize. But then I'm like, I don't want to make it worse. It's so awkward, dude.
My dare officer was like, hey.
You gonna let me pay this toll there? There you go.
What happened though one time is I did something like that one time in Dare.
Yeah.
And we had donut day, pretty much, you know?
Yeah, we just had an on-campus officer at my school. It wasn't like a dare officer. It was like the truancy officer. If a kid skipped, he'd come and pick you up.
I think you lost your hood there.
Yeah. Oh no, it's good. This is it's a design. It's how the car is supposed to work. Look, I can crash into any car, but just not the cop car. I can also run over people, and he doesn't care. It's just his car that he cares about. They are not gonna believe this.
Let's run a red light and see what happens.
They're not gonna arrest you in this game for running a red light. I wish they would. That would be really funny. Can I go into the police department? Let me go into the police department.
You don't even dare touch.
Sup, daddy? Sup?
Oh, you're crazy.
This guy, let's try and like this police officer's tweaking, dude. Look at him.
That's what that is mine, dude.
Come on. We got Subway the other day, and I swear the woman working at Subway was on drugs. Because she was like bone thin, and she was like forgetting our orders constantly when we had to keep reminding her of literally everything. Like, it got really annoying at a certain point. Come on. Get in the camera shot. Ah, there we go. There's my beautiful baby boy.
I've been there, done that.
Yeah. I'm filing an insurance claim. I'll kill you. There's just an officer right there. Literally right there. Right here. I'm going to walk right up to him. Hey. You see that? That could be you. You know that? You see that? You see that? I'm gonna catch myself a wife. Gonna catch myself an attractive vixen right here, y'all.
That guy's just high as a kite.
Yeah, y'all. I'm gonna show you how to get women, guys. I'm gonna show you how to find a wife right here, okay? You see that? I'm trying to impress her with my magic skills. And see, watch. I'm proving my love to her by burning myself. She knows that I'll do anything for her now. You see that crap? That's true love.
No, that's like the thing I sent you.
Yeah, that's how true love works, man.
You're a burning monk.
Yeah, that's true love. He was actually trying to impress a woman when he did that.
Now the cop's scared. Really?
Yeah, because I burned myself.
No, because you stole a freaking taxi.
No, I was already wanted when I stole the taxi.
No, you're driving like me.
Well, I'm good.
I'm impressed with you, Nate.
I'm not wanted anymore.
You're driving like me, Nate.
Oh, now I'm dead. What an end to such a tragic story. I just walk in front of a car and get slammed. You saw that just now?
Yo. You tried.
I just walked into traffic for a sec. I escaped the police and burning myself, but die because I walk into traffic for a sec.
Meme Lord said, you tried.
Yeah, I saw.
Mm-hmm. He gets a cookie for trying.
Yeah. I got some cookies in the kitchen. I want to get one, but...
Let's see here. Let me find it.
This guy should not still be fighting me when I've got a knife. It's probably not a good idea, to be honest.
But there's no cookies.
Put that cookie down. Okay, let me go do an actual mission real quick. I should probably be doing that, you know? Like the mission that I'm supposed to do right now.
Sorry, Nate.
What's up?
There's no cookie.
Oh, that's no fun. Send me a cookie via drone mail.
Go and get a chip then. How's that?
Yeah, send me a single chocolate chip in the mail.
No. That's it, your Doritos.
Okay. That's what I figured you were about to do. I was in Frank's chat a while back, my buddy Frank Fortune, and I don't know what came over me, but I made up this character called Dorito Dog, and I just started spamming gobbledygook about him in his chat, like making up character traits of him. Like he's a dog with superpowers who gains his powers from eating Doritos and crap. It was so stupid.
That's funny.
And I literally kept doing it to the point where Frank was like, "Okay, Nathan, that's enough of Dorito Dog for today." And I'm like, "Fine. You don't appreciate Dorito Dog. I do, though."
Dorito Dog doesn't appreciate you neither.
Yeah.
And Nate is
Oh crap, there's a police officer right there. Oh well. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's cool. It's cool. I can de-escalate this situation. I got this.
You just stole a fat guy's car, really?
Because I drove by him and he said, "I'll shoot your mother effing tires out." So I couldn't let him do that to me. Jesus, Mary and Joseph. I love the freaking exclamations from pedestrians in this game. Jesus, Mary and Joseph.
Okay, it's not GTA related. Well, kind of is, but kind of isn't. It's Saints Row.
Yeah.
There's one of them that's, I think it was like a prostitute.
Yeah.
I nearly ran her over. She's like, "What are you trying to do? You kill me, you whore!" I'm like,
You're like, well, now I am. That's how I am with the NPCs in these games. If they talk crap, then I have to do it, you know?
calling me one when she was one herself. I'm like,
oh, that was lucky. I didn't get wanted from that somehow.
You're going to die now, lady.
Yep. I almost picked up Saints Row 2, but I wanted to get the whole series if I got it.
I have to admit, Saints Row 4, the fourth is one of my favorites.
Well, from what I've seen, Saints Row is like GTA, but like it's not grounded in reality, so they just do what they want.
Yeah.
Which sounds very entertaining.
It is. It's fun.
Go to Firefly Island.
Saints Row the fourth is my favorite one due to the fact where you're the president.
Oh, is that what happens in that game?
Mm-hmm.
I thought about getting Saints Row on the Switch. I like owning an entire series, even if like I know I don't know. It's something weird with my brain. But when I look on my game shelf and I see like, for example, I had like Halo 4 and 3 before I had Halo 2 and 1. There's something in my brain that is bothered by that. Like, no, I need 1 and 2. Even if I don't play it, I need it. I need it on the shelf.
Uh-huh.
I don't know
You're like
why.
me with that. And I think you went the wrong way.
No, there's a little yellow thing. I think my watermark is covering it, but the map is showing me where to go.
You went the wrong way through the gate.
Oh, it's fine. The police aren't going to give me like a traffic citation. Okay, see, this is a mission I haven't done in a previous stream, so I'm actually breaking new ground finally.
Oh, you're in that one. Oh boy.
Yeah.
You! This ain't Russia, and we ain't communists. call my father, I can see whoever I like.
I'm gonna get the brothers and we're gonna kick your fucking ass.
That sounds like Bill Burr almost. Get on the bike and chase him down. What bike? Oh, that bike. Okay.
Bike come from?
She's yelling, "Don't hurt Jason! Don't hurt him!" Well, he shouldn't say, "I'm going to get me brethren and kill you to death." I kind of feel like that's a very direct threat of him.
Sorry, you sneezed again.
Yeah, see, when you're using motorcycles in these games, you have to be super, super careful, dude.
Oh yeah, I know. One wrong move and you're flying over.
Yeah, exactly. See, I'm trying to shoot this guy's tires out. I almost said his towers out. Yeah,
Shoot
this
his
sounds
towers
like
out.
Bill Burr's
You won't
voice,
get
though.
cell phone signal from there.
Speaking of Bill Burr, I started watching the first episode of F for Family earlier today. I just didn't get too far into it. I got to the point...
Sorry, watching what?
F for Family, it's a show that Bill Burr is in. Well,
yeah.
I think it's one he produced, actually. Oh my god.
Yeah.
It's like a Family Guy sort of show that takes place specifically in the 70s.
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about.
They sure expect a lot from me steering this bloody bike.
And shooting at the same time.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's DLC specifically where you play as these guys, though. These biker guys. Gosh dang. Don't you dare crash. I remember opening up that DLC and it starts in this area as well. Oh, so now I'm going to have to kill an entire biker gang, I guess?
Yep.
Or did I lose? No, I didn't lose.
Nope, you didn't lose. You just gotta fight all of them.
Cool.
Chase
Seems
all the
super
bikers and
reasonable.
Wipe them out. Especially when they're shooting back at you.
Yeah. Got the bloody bike, you whore. Oh, cool. What the hell? Get the gun out, you idiot.
Oh, this is
What a
funny.
gunfight this is that we're having right now. Is that? I don't think that's all of them. Yeah, that's not all of them. I think this guy's got the shotgun, so...
Yeah,
there you
name
go.
Lord.
There you go. How does it feel to be dead, my son? My big booty grannies. Yo, I'm a call it a night. I'll watch tomorrow. Alright, you have a good night, dude. I'm probably about to end the stream pretty soon anyways.
Yeah. Before I go, I'm gonna redeem these last 50.
These last 50?
Yeah, I'm at 720.
Candy bars?
Yep.
Alright. I'm gonna like go back to the safe house and probably save my game real quick. And then I'll probably end it there. Even though I don't have to, the game's already saved. I want to like just do it. So I can hopefully save this motorcycle as well. Because I think if I park it outside, it'll save it for me.
I think so. I don't remember.
See, as annoying as it is to use the motorcycles, they're very satisfying as well when you're not crashing. Like, I'm surprised I didn't crash that whole time.
Press 2. Because you know how it was with me. That was...
Yeah. Well, it's because I like force myself to slow down even when I don't want to.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's trying to figure out how to navigate this.
Like me with the Frieza.
Yeah.
I can't drive worth crap.
Yeah.
If I have a bike, I'm even worse.
You ever play Extreme G on the N64 back in the day? Actually, is there a way
that
to
was my
save
game.
from the menu? I bet you there is. No, there's not. I don't know. It doesn't matter. I've
Spin my
already
game, homeboy.
the game already saves, so I'll just continue where the game starts me off. I think it'll start me off at the safe house anyways. But thank you everyone for watching. If you're not followed, be sure to hit that follow button. If you want to support the channel monetarily, be sure to hit that subscribe button. And I will see you all in the next stream. Thank you.